everybody. We have something new we're trying out. Maybe. If it wants to... There it is. Sunlight Valley. A Stardew Valley-like is what it describes itself as. It looks really cool. And it's got cool music, too. So let's give this a try. I think we're gonna have to change our settings now. So this is supposed to be like a mod pack stylized after Stardew Valley. It's where you kind of gather resources and you sell them to get more resources, and you can use that economy to increase the quality of what you're doing. So let's see. Stardew. Oh, what's Stardew? There we go. And if it doesn't have banging music the whole time, I think it will put on the Stardew Valley soundtrack. I think that sounds phenomenal. Alright, let's adjust some settings real quick. Render distance 12, max shadow distance 32. Why is it so high? Okay. Simulation distance, brightness. I see, so that doesn't matter. GUI scale. I feel like I play at 3. 3 feels right. It's not too big, it's not too small. But I kind of like auto. Let's try auto out. Max frame rate, that's correct. View bobbing, attack indicator, attack saver, general, quality. We'll give everything a try, and if it starts to give us issues, we will do something else. Welcome! You only have to read this one. You only have to read this one. Welcome to Society Sunlight Valley, where farming meets slightly industrialized capitalism. Expand your farming empires and become wealthy in the process. This quest book will give you an introduction to the concept of the pack and serve as a journal for collective items. Dirt, oak, tree fertilizer, and a bundle. Fantastic. More peaceful experience. Sunlight Valley is a more peaceful-oriented pack. This means inventory is kept on death, though tool durability will be lost. Mobs don't spawn around the ground. Phantoms and pillagers patrols no longer spawn. Creepers are festive. I don't know what that means. This doesn't mean there's no danger, however. The underground, nether, and skull cavern are as dangerous as ever. Okay, so we'll read the rest of those later. Let's do getting started. The basics. Okay, so it's genuinely the basics. Let's see if we can scout out a place to get started. This is a pretty biome. Oh my gosh. Looks like there is a house that we can inherit over here. Oof. Cheese tart. Tiled stove, smoker, seats, okay, can, alpine shelf, and then an auto cheese press. Wow, this is really pretty. Melon seeds, wheat, gunpowder, ancient tome, photograph, bread, common hat grab bag. Elf hat. Just in time for Christmas. And a bed. Okay, that's quite nice. All of this is quite nice. What about you? There we go. Bones, pumpkin seeds, redstone, source gem, more pumpkin seeds, diamond horse armor, and a disc. That's not too shabby. You know what? Let's try planting some oak seeds. Some oak sapling seeds. Ooh, a little bit of frame. Let's see what we can do about that. So weather, let's do fast for weather. Small fir. And then let's chop down this alpine tree. Ah, it's one of those. I do like these mod packs. I think it's funny that they're like, everybody hates chopping down trees. Let's make it as convenient as possible. Because I believe once I finish chopping this, it will chop down the whole tree. Yes. Pop. Fantastic. Fantastic. And we'll plant some more saplings just to get that started. Alpine stone. That's super pretty. Like a slightly brown undertone stone. That's nice. Alright. So first things first. Crafting table. And that gives us grilled cheese. Hell yeah. The questline will take you through the basics of the pack to get you started farming. Getting started. Twig gives you sticks. Donk. Donk. Wooden pickaxe. Upgrade your tools past wood requires a smithing table. At higher tiers it will require a smithing template purchased from a blacksmith village. Tools can be repaired in an anvil infinitely, and enchanters also carry over when upgrading. Search for an item in the item list sidebar and left click on it to see its recipe. Brass coins and a smithing table. Okay. Okay, and then let's put our smithing table right here. Perfect. Now what? Wondering why your tools aren't breaking? All of the main tools and armors have infinite durability when used. There's one small trade-off. These tools lose 15% plus 15 durability on death. This only applies to equipment on your heart bar and armor. Tools can be repaired in an anvil infinitely with significantly lower experience cost. Unbreaking also reduces the amount of durability lost. Got it. Escape rope. Okay. Making money. To get started making money, you'll need a basic shopping bin. Items placed inside that have a sell value will be sold at 6 a.m. for the value listed in the tooltip. So it's a chest and a trapdoor. Okay. Will this break into a regular chest? It will not. Okay. Where did we put... There it is. So we need a regular chest and trapdoor. Beautiful. Basic shopping bin. And we'll put that right outside the house, right there. Fantastic. Oh, that's the other thing I need to do. Not mouse settings, keybinds. And then I want F5 to this. There we go. Perfect. Oh, and they have the funny camera too. I like that. I like that a lot. Wooden cauldron. And then... How do I check the value? Unsure. We'll get there though. Turnip seeds. To get started making money, you'll need a basic shipping bin. Alright. Foraging for coins. Coins can also be found in loot chests around the world. Exploring is a good way to make cash before you get your roots farming. Keep an eye out for pumpkins and hay bales in the world, as well as they sell for good money early. Thank you. Potion of night vision. Unlike vanilla Minecraft, crops need water to grow. Farmland won't be hydrated from nearby water. They can be watered using a watering can, which will need to be done every day. Each morning at 6 a.m., farmlands will dry up and crops will grow on their farm. If the farmland is dry, your crops will die. Okay, let's make a wooden hoe. Beautiful. And a copper watering can. Alright, so we can get started on plotting out a farm. Doing the likes of that. How do we want to do this? Let's do it close to home. To start off with, let's do it right here. Let's make a little clearing. Just right outside in front of the house. We'll do more terraforming later and figure out what we want to do, but this is a great way to get started. Okay. So. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, these. Let's just make a large farming platform and we'll go from there. Okay, first things first is turnip seeds. Okay, and then we have melon and pumpkin seeds. Summer season is summer, autumn. Okay, so these are not actually useful right now. Can I get it back? I cannot. Okay. That's fine. This is a start. And then the watering can. I assume the dirt will dry up. How do I refill this? That's okay. We'll refill it when it needs to be refilled. But there we go. We got that started. There are 6 main tiers of coins, and they can be crafted up or down from the previous tier. Copper, zinc, iron, brass, gold, iridium. Okay, iron coin. Can go down to zinc. Can go down to copper. Oh, this is brass. Okay, is it 4x4? It's 8x8. Okay. 2. Iron. Alright. And we have a bundle actually, so let's start putting our plants in the bundle. Can we make bread the normal way? Okay, we can. I was concerned. Let's put the photograph back, even though that is a fire photo. We'll put the horse armor away for now. We'll put that away, that away, that away. Throw puts the player out of caves and building to the nearest point on the surface. Interesting. And then... oh, right, what is this? Tree fertilizer. So this will grow trees? It will. Okay. We're going to hold on to that, because I doubt that oak trees are the best thing that I can use that for. Alright. You may notice the tiers of armor and tools have been slightly tweaked. Iron now upgrades to gold before diamond, adding another step in progress. Unlike vanilla, the gold tools are balanced in between both tiers. Crops have 3 different tiers of quality: iron, gold, and diamond. The value of the crop increases based on the tier of quality and is reflected in the tooltip. Awesome. Okay. Lord have mercy. Preparing the fields. Anyhow, more cheese sandwiches. Once you find an appropriate place to start your farm, your first step should be preparing a field for a farmland. Once your crops are fully grown, you can right-click to harvest without losing the seeds. Hoes can do this in an area. Craft a market to buy seeds. Your journey into farming starts with the market, which sells a variety of basic seeds and saplings. How do you get that? Zinc around a chest. Okay. So that's going to be this. Around a chest. Like so. Beautiful. And we'll put the market on the side of the house here. Right there. Oh! I forget, isn't it? Hi, Pierre. That scared me so bad. I didn't know what I did wrong. Okay, so spring and autumn for carrot. Lots of things are spring. Tomatoes are spring. Alright, let's do strawberries. Kind of want to do strawberries. Let's do that. So let's just get however many things this will get us. Strawberries. It's 10. Then we'll get an onion seed. And then we get a turnip seed. Onion. Strawberry. Perfect. Anything else? Nope. Is there anything else we need to do? Now we got a calendar and we got a seed pouch. Okay. So let me dump out this then. Because now I have... Can it only hold one type of seeds? Can only hold one type of seeds. Okay. Good to know. So this is still useful. Can hold a bunch of any one seed or sapling. Simply right-click them in and out. The pouch can also automatically pick up seeds if you're holding it, or place 3x3 area by using it on the block. Got it. Got it, got it, got it. Sword calendar. Can I place this? Slot calendar. Ah. There we go. Early spring day 1. Anything else we want to do before we go to bed? Nope, we're going to do all that tomorrow morning. And then when we wake up in the morning, it should be 6 a.m. and $16 worth of goods. Fantastic. Iron coin. And now I need to water. I may not need to do this, but I'm going to, because it said I need to. There we go. Alright. We do need some form of Stardew Valley music. This is paramount to being exactly what we need it to be. Stardew Valley music. There we go. Alright. Now we've done that. What else are we doing now? So, getting started. Let's keep reading this. Hoarding your coins in a random chest isn't ideal. The bank terminal is an ATM allowing you to store your coins safely. You can access your terminal money from any other bank terminal, like an ender chest. It can be purchased from the banker villager. Okay. Mob kills. Bounty board. Grass. Okay. With coins in your pocket, you have enough capital to start spending freely. Start your village off with a blacksmith, an essential villager that can help you. Villager spawn crate and clipboard. Help you upgrade tools, open geodes, and get to the nether. See villager's chapter in the quest book for more information. Okay. Constructing a farmhouse. Okay. Early game storage. Backpack. Okay. I need to trade 1,000 coins with a leather worker. Alright. Okay. We are getting somewhere. We are getting somewhere quite well. Alright, let's try getting some stone and see what we can do with that. What else do we have available to us? Alpine coal. Okay. Salt ore. A little bit of stone as well. More coal. Oh, and a geode. That's cool. Fantastic. And then alpine iron ore. I need a stone pickaxe to get that. A brass coin, a wooden pickaxe, and stone. Okay, that's a little dark. We won't go in there just yet. Diorite. Alright. Can we afford a brass coin yet? No, I used them to buy seeds. Geode Buster. That's fun. If I click on a geode in offhand. What do we get? Mudstone. Okay. Used to make a pig spawn crate. We are nowhere close to that. So I guess what we're going to do is we're going to start by selling everything that we have. And we're going to work to getting... Because I can't do this, right? We cannot. Okay. But we can make a place for our villagers. So let's do that in the meantime. Okay, so this goes to regular stone. I actually really like the alpine stone, and I kind of want to use it to make... Make a little locale. To make a little house of home type beat, you know what I'm saying? A little bit more coal. Can we make torches easily? Perfect. And do they have the offhand one? They do. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Turning this cave system into an even bigger cave system. Geode? How about geode? I have been playing a lot of Hollow Knight lately, and this is exactly the vibe that I've been needing to counteract that. I've been in Hollow Nest lately, and it has been hell. I am not made for spiders, and spiders are not made for me. We are two different creatures. I was never really good at playing Stardew Valley. Stardew Valley is really cool, but I'm not very good at like the grind games. I do feel like the socializing in Stardew Valley made me want to go farther. Like I think I made it to like year 3 or year 2, something like that. Just by playing by myself, but like I can't really go past that. I think I made it to year 4 with some friends, but other than that, it's not easy for me to play games like that. For some reason, Minecraft's different. Maybe because it is just purely a progression game, and I can kind of do whatever the hell I want. You know what part of it is? Stardew Valley, I think, like, asks you to slow down a lot with, like, the way that you walk around the map, the way that you engage with the NPCs, all of that. It makes sense that way because, you know, you're meant to be a farmer. You're not meant to be like a fast-paced gamer. You're meant to kind of walk around slowly, progress, and then go to the caves and deal with everything else. Like, going fast in that game, I think, takes a lot of effort, and you can't do it quite naturally unless you're very, very practiced. It's like the first time anybody plays Stardew Valley, they're gonna kind of slow down. And I kind of like that. Got a good bit of alpine stone. Ooh. There's copper. No, need a stone pickaxe for that. So let's get some more of this coal. We'll get a little bit more alpine stone, and then I think we're gonna make a temporary blacksmith location. Before we do that, we should read about the villager things. Ooh. This is cool. +1 pickaxe efficiency. Fantastic. Wait, when I look at things... That's cool. That's really cool. I like that. I think what I'm gonna do for the... Oh, it's starting to get middle of the day. What I think I'm gonna do at the start, which I kind of do in Stardew Valley too, is everything that I get, I'm just gonna try and sell it. I can always go back and get more resources. I don't need to worry about that until, you know, I get to that bridge. Holding on to resources in this game, I think, isn't going to be very beneficial unless it's very obviously like a one-use thing, you know? Alright, so, we can sell coal, and then let's crack open these geodes. 2, 3. Got me another mudstone, a little bit of clay, and then I don't know what the other thing it got me was. Geodes actually sell for a decent amount too. 16 isn't bad. Anything else we feel like selling? Placeable? Why is it placeable? Oh, can you do like lines of gunpowder and explode it? That's cool. We're gonna sell the wheat, because I don't see a use in holding on to that for now. Alright, now let's read the blacksmith thing, and then we're gonna go from there. Buying goods. There are 14 types of villagers to buy various goods from. You can see a list of workstations on this page or by searching workstation in JEI. The item locked behind a certain village can also be searched for by searching sold by and then villager type in JEI. Villagers do not include more items on the level up. Okay, look at a villager. Alright, so let's do this. Let's make our blacksmith. I kind of want to make the town a little bit farther away. Like a place that I have to walk to. I think that'd be fun. Really capturing that experience. So let's go this way. Maybe it's starting to get late. Like right here. Right here in this clearing. Botanical beginnings. I have no idea what I picked up, but I picked up something that was botanical. Okay, that's good enough. Let's carve out a little locale for the baby boy. 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Villager spawn crate. Clipboard. Keeps your notes and makes you look more professional when right clicked. Huh? That's awesome that I can place it though. Okay. Oh, pish pash, it's getting late. Whoa! Hello, little fellas. Slime ranching? This is amazing. That's phenomenal. And one more for you. Fantastic. Bang. Beautiful. We're gonna give him a shabby hut so that I can get this quest done today. I don't know if they wander. That is my only concern. But for now, we'll start with something like this. Hello. And then clipboard. Copper coins, thank you. Blacksmith. Okay, so it was not a good idea to put everything so far away. So we'll go to bed and we'll put the blacksmith. Is that raccoons? Hey, Darion. How you doing, man? How we doing, Shotty? It's been a minute. I haven't seen your face in an eternity. This is like a Stardew Valley mod pack thing. So like they've turned like a bunch of the mechanics of Minecraft into a Stardew Valley like thing. So all the farming that you do in Minecraft will happen here. And you can use that farming to sell things like in Stardew Valley, and then you can use those resources to buy other stuff. I don't know, did you ever get into Stardew Valley? Arc Raiders. I have been seeing a bunch of people playing it yet. I haven't played it myself yet, but I had a bunch of friends playing it. It looks super cool. It's kind of like Destiny, no? Yeah, it's fun. Isn't Arc Raiders? No. Arc Raiders is like it's like Tarkov, right? Where it's like you are like loot extraction. Only got a year into it. I also did not get very far into Stardew Valley. Stardew Valley was fun, but I was very bad at it. Where did I put my thing? Here we go. Where's an axe? Okay. Okay. I have no mouse wood. Must get more wood. I have been seeing a lot of people playing Arc Raiders. It's like an extraction shooter, right? Yeah, I kind of ignored Arc Raiders, but I played the open beta last week and it was a blast. Gotcha. Is it? It looks like it's like not easier, but it looks like it's not as punishing as Tarkov, because Tarkov had that like whole injury system, right? Or, like you get shot in this part of your body, you limp with that part of your body, you have less accuracy in this eye or whatever. From what I can tell, Arc Raiders is a lot less punishing. Much more fun. It also looks super... Am I crazy? It looks like kind of sci-fi-y. Less punishing than Tarkov, thank God. Tarkov always looked super cool, and those systems are really interesting, but I just don't like that style of game. Like Dark Souls, I can never get into the Dark Souls. You love the aesthetic. I'm gonna have to, hold on, I'm gonna have to look at this again, because it looked cool. It looked really cool. Let me see. Arc Raiders. Oh, wrong arc. I spelled it with a K. Whoa. Okay. And it has like a skill tree. So, okay. My only question. I can deal with Dark Souls, but I hate how big of a hacker problem that Tarkov has. I've heard that actually. I've heard a lot. I have some friends that are really into Tarkov, and he loves to tell me about it. He says his only issue is that it is a lot of hacking. Running and looting a bit better. Because that was what I'm curious about. Is it, if it doesn't... It doesn't look like any of this is combat. I mean, I guess you could consider survival combat, but if none of this is combat, that's actually really interesting. How does the... Wow, that's super pretty. What the hell? Wait, I actually really like this aesthetic. So how PvE versus PvP is it? Because that's what I'm always curious with extraction shooters. Because Tarkov, I feel like, is purely PvP. And then I've been seeing Hunt Showdown is another game that's like that. Where I've heard that it's very PvE and PvP, but people still mainly play for the PvP. If it's like a nice balance of PvE and PvP, that'd be really cool. Because I feel like I haven't seen many games get away with that. I would say minor combat buffs, but if you have the skill, I'm sure that you can easily beat someone with a higher level as a new character if you still have the skill, I'm sure. That makes sense. I really don't like whenever, because like if it's meant to be like an extraction shooter, then I feel like you do need something to kind of balance that out. Otherwise, you're just gonna have one person or one party, whatever, dominating a lobby if you don't have a way to balance out that skill level. Once you have, you know, extracted enough times. Or is it like Tarkov where it's like a reset mechanic? Like if you die once, you lose everything, and then you just have to get consistent to see how far you can go. Like that. There you go. Good job, buddy. Can sell coal to him for iron, copper, iron, zinc, gold, redstone, flint and steel, and then. Okay, cool. I feel like I've been seeing a lot of games that have like in the past decade or so, where they're like really playing around with the concepts that a battle royale offers in different environments, like extraction shooters or like Destiny likes and stuff like that, or like turning those PvE zones into PvP zones. And I feel like what people really seem to be talking about, or like PvP in MMOs or RuneScape, like the wilderness style, what people really talk about seems to be that like it's not just understanding that seems to be... That's fucking shiny. I don't know what that is. I'm gonna leave that there. That's because the PvE is actually something you have to be careful of. The robots can be really scary when you're starting out. I really enjoy it, though, because when you play solo, people are more willing to team up. Also, the game is good at keeping solos, duos, trios, and separated lobbies. That's good. That's really good. Really, really good. Yeah, I think that is the best way to balance it, is to make the PvE genuinely important. Like, you have to do this. This is important. You can't escape it. What did I need? I needed 4 brass coins. And then I'm trying to make a golden pickaxe. And I need an iron stone pickaxe. That's what I needed. A brass coin. You do lose what you take into the world if you die, but there are free kits in some low-tier crafting generation, so dying isn't the worst thing ever. Gotcha. That's cool. So you're like, I think that's actually a really cool system if it functions like that. Like you are the desire of the extraction shooter in my mind, because I always struggled with that concept of like, why am I extracting these things? Why are these resources important to me? Other than to do better next time. I really like the idea that you use the extraction shooter as an excuse to kind of build up infrastructure so that it is easier to recover and then go back and do more. I really like that idea of like, I'm getting more resources so that when I inevitably die, I have an easier time of recovering and handling all of the things that can happen in the game. I think that is much cooler to me as a concept than a lot of the other takes on looter shooters that I've seen. Okay. Do I need actual water to get that out? We'll figure that out. What am I doing? Brass coin, smithing table, pickaxe. We can upgrade all our tools. Because I feel like there was some game that did that I really liked. I can't think of it right now. I feel like RuneScape does a good job of that. Of like 90% of the world is infrastructure, and that's the focus of... I really like that idea too, because it's kind of like how you can build up a character in some roguelike so that it's easier to progress the more you put into it. There are no forced wipes. Thank God. Yeah, I feel like that is the band-aid that people have found for those games, is like, oh, you wanted... Hold on. Grass coin. Okay. So I can only do one. Let's do this. Bang. Yeah, that was the band-aid that they used to fix that system, is like, yeah, the players who are really good are going to be really good the whole time mechanically. So we're going to have to force them to be bad sometimes. And the way that we're going to do that is through forced wipes. I like that. God. I guess like in Hades, the way that the system worked is that like you do get stronger, but you get access to more resources and more tools and the upgrades on those tools. And so you never lose the tools, but you do lose the builds. I like that idea a lot more. I like that a lot. That's super cool. Or like even being able to do certain runs that are purely just for resource gathering so that you can do stuff like that. I think that's really awesome. Is any of this sellable? Probably not. It's just a bunch of plants. And then it wanted me to do something. Didn't it? Was it a gold coin I needed? I was making a bank. Bank? This. I have to buy it from a banker, which is a cartography table. Okay. We'll do that next. I would say that the infrastructure that you build up is the workbenches that you can upgrade, which allow you to do higher level crafting. Gotcha. That feels like a nice game loop. I have been good. I have been well. I have been doing a bunch of random junk, but I have settled into kind of like what I think I will actually be doing. So I have recently started... Let's put our money away from here for now. I have recently started... not recently, it's been like 2.5 months now. A program. So I initially started this year with the idea that I was going to do an A+ certification. And then when I started doing an A+ certification, I realized that that is not something that, even if I am capable of doing an A+ certification, I do not want to do an A+ certification. And so I looked into something else that I may be able to do, and I found a medical training program that it's called medical coding. Essentially, I will be given like operative reports or statements and stuff like that, and I will turn the information in those operative statements into a code that tells what was done in those processes. And I've been working on that program for about 3 months now. I just finished the pre-program, and I have started the actual program, and I should be done in about 5-6-ish months. And then that one is exciting because I actually talked to my dad about it, and he has a hookup to some people in the medical field, and they may be able to get me started on a job right away. So that will be nice if that is how that works out. But I'm going to finish that and we'll see how that turns out. Yeah. That's what I've been up to. What about you, sweet thing? Yeah, it's definitely a good start. It is where we begin. One second. Alright, I was gonna ask you, did you finish your degree, or are you still, like, working with your dad? What about you? I know you talked that you were close to finishing up some stuff, but I don't know what became of that. Oh, we have a stone pickaxe, we can do a lot more. And now I need to water. Okay. Can I make a wooden bucket? Nope, that is a bowl. Where is some water? This is stupid pretty, actually. Because I remember you told me that you were doing a bunch of like portfolio projects and stuff, and that you were working on your dad's database and all of that. But I don't remember if that turned into like a full-time job, or if something else took precedent, or whatever. Or whatever, princess. Oh, shit, a full village. In Stonehenge? What the fuck? I did not do that gracefully, but that's okay. So I can just do that. Beautiful. And then we can take these hay bales and sell these for shmoney. For shmoney. Hello. Farmer's Almanac, tree fertilizer, hydrating fertilizer. That's cool. They say a bunch of good stuff. There we go. Bunch of wheat, berry bush, salmon berry. And then we should absolutely loot the hell out of this. Cotton seeds, corn kernels. They've added so much cute aesthetic stuff. Like, what is this? Ivy? I hear slimes. What's up, slimy babies? I need to kill 10 things, I think. 10 hostile mobs. And I think these count. Where the fuck is the tang that I had? Money tree. I'll take a money tree. And then there should be something in here. Ah. We'll take one for ourselves. Dear Lord, my inventory's full of junk. Okay, so let's bundle this up. There we go. And then we're also gonna... I guess we can leave these guys here. There's no reason for me to disrupt day way of life. Okay, it looks like villagers function the same, so I shouldn't worry about them too much. And then I do kind of want to check out Stonehenge over there. What is this, a blast furnace? We'll absolutely take that. Thank you much. Very kind. Let's get the more individual things. Like the potion. Apparently I can't get the potion. Like so. That'll do. That'll do. Lavender. And let's check out Stonehenge. Stonius Hingius. So what is this? More slimes? Whoa! Bone slimes? And rotting slimes. That's cool. And then an iron sprinkler. Let's take that. So I think I need that for a quest. More bread, more brass coins, a mining monthly. Bang. Barley turns into barley stuff. Most likely. Oh shit, that's so cute! Look at that. I hold the lantern. That's cool. What about this? This is some scavenging stuff. I can use a architecture brush here. There we go. I don't think they'll have anything else here. Just grab what little coal is there, and then... Oh! Some zinc coins, mining experience, and some potatoes. Fantastic. Let's do that. Slime spawner. Oh, that's cool. So we can come back here if we ever need anything then. Iron ingots, wheat seeds... Yard work yearly. That's nice. And then an oak plank. Fantastic. Beautiful. Beautiful. White rosebush. That's pretty. Let's take our happy ass home. Because we gotta climb a mountain. Is that rutabaga? What is that? Wild beetroot. Oh? That gives me beetroot seeds. Okay. Oh yeah, now we really gotta get home, because my inventory is filled with junk. Filled with junk. And that's a different village. Oh, by the way, Darion, are you still working on your degree? Is that still coming along? We making a progress? Or are you or has the employment system captured you already? Have they already grabbed you by the dick and balls for the income? Because I feel like I've been seeing a lot of people who who've been offering like quick jobs for certain services, for like specifically for like programming and stuff. I feel like I've been seeing a lot of independent stuff. I've been seeing a lot of people who want independent contractors who don't exactly explicitly want you to work for a company. They want you to work for them. Because I felt like that's something that you would probably be really good at. Is like doing one-time projects and like working on the project until the project is done, and then doing something else. Kind of like contracting, I guess. Oh, shit! I didn't mean to do that. Let's do this, and then I want to give him a work block. Fuck. Can we make barley bread? We cannot. What is barley used for? We can just sell it. That's what we're gonna do. Sell the salmon berry. I just assume you're not here. And that's okay. I guess I'll go back to my farming ways. Being a dirty, dirty farmer. I don't think I have anything else to say. So everything else is seeds. We can go to sleep. We can get schlumped. That's a lot of fucking money. Beautiful. Beautiful. Alright. Choose yours? Let's do yard work. I got more skills. Not in husbandry. Books, fishing, mining, farming? There we go. I don't think I have anything in husbandry yet. Apparently I do. Apparently I'm the husband. I am him. But only for getting married. There we go. Alright. So what is we doing now? Beautiful sprinkler. So that's the area that the sprinkler covers. That's good. We're getting close. Onions are matured. Okay. So I can't maintain a farm this big is what I'm learning. This is extremely large and I will have to like space it out. Wait. Summer, autumn? We're in spring still. Okay. Damn. But that's okay. Let's put our seasonal seeds in here for now. And we'll figure it out. So seeds go in here. I have a money tree. I kind of want to plant this and see what happens. Like that. Okay. And then let's see what all this is. So that can go there. We'll take this junk out. We'll move it else place. There are my coins. So let's put the junk in here. Can get a cute little flower pot. Beautiful. Can put alpine, onion we're gonna sell. Salt, I don't know what the purpose is of. Another iron sprinkler, iron 3x3. Put that away until I get actually ready to start doing some automation. Put the skip rope away, the bones away. I'll sell the potatoes. Iron. Blast furnace we will place right there. Yeah, perfect. Apples, night vision, onion. Okay. Coolio. Smoker. Oh, and then beetroot seeds. Right in there. There's my bundle. Let's put that junk away. So much junk. Zinc coin and another smithing table. We'll keep the smithing table here with us. Just cause. There we go. Alright, we can take brass coins and upgrade our tools to stone. Like so. I guess we should make some basic tools and we can figure some stuff out from there. So let's make shovel. Anything else I'm missing? Sword. Swordy sword sword. There we go. And now we can upgrade all of those to stone. We can go from there. Bang, boom, bam. Stone sword. Boom, stone shovel. All of the basics. We can put that away. And then... Thank you. Low quality fertilizer. Put that away. This isn't doing anything right now, so we'll pick this up as well. Keep that in the funny chest. Another funny one, and then I want to put the rest of these up as well. Sort. Boom, boom. 3 big booms. Bang. Okay, cool. Alright, now we can do a bunch of other junk. Actually, like the fire lilies. If they can go in there, that'd be cool. Yeah, let's do the fire lilies. Pretty, pretty. And then let's sell onion. Beautiful. Baked potato. And we're gonna go farming. I mean mining. Because we have some iron at our disposal somewhere around here. There's copper. We can grab some of that as well. $76. That's not too bad, actually. If we don't need that much copper, we can absolutely just sell that. I doubt that we're going to need it for too much, but maybe they added like a bunch of tiny things that we can use copper for. I feel like modpats love doing that, of like adding a extra layer of in-betweens. Oh shit. 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 There we go. 6 geodes and earth crystals. That's cool. I remember that stuff from the mod pack, but I don't remember, not from mod pack, from Stardew, but I don't remember exactly what they're used for. I think you sell them besides the museum, and I don't know if the museum is a thing in Dis. So let's see. You can use to make a gold sprinkler. Okay, so they do have genuine uses. Fire crystal and earth crystal used for that. And then botanica. Oh shit, they have botanica here? Crystallarium. That's expensive. We're not there yet. Slime information, sewing, spy zombie, automated shape crafting. That's create, black drops, attacks. Okay, cool. What is this? This is iron. So let's grab a little bit of iron. Beautiful. We are cranking away. Let's get some more iron and see if we can upgrade everything. Actually, I need to see if copper tools are next. Schist? What the fuck is schist? That's actually kind of pretty. It's a little ugly, but it's also kind of pretty. Does it have a smoother? Oh, the smoother variant's actually kind of nice. That's good to keep in mind. Schist is a wild name for a block, by the way. Fucking crazy. What is my ass looking for? Iron. I remember there was some iron upshade. Upshade. Where the F is the S? There it is. And then I don't know if they've added any more processes to this. Is it just smelting? It's just smelting. Okay, cool. That's not too bad then. Oh, and then I actually know what this is. It may not be there. It may be like a daily thing. It may go away. Oh no. What is this? Yard work. That's cool. And then do we have any seeds to add? We don't. And then copper? I want to see if it has any uses. Copper table cover, copper ladder, copper bars, copper scaffolding. That's aesthetics. Yeah, that's all aesthetics. Copper bank tank. Oh, it does have a lot of uses. But that may be modded. Cooking cauldron, copper silo, copper chimney. Yeah, we don't need any of this junk right now. We are nowhere close to this junk. What is this? That's aesthetics. That's aesthetics if I've ever seen it. Conductor whistle. For trains? I love trains. Copper antenna. C-spine. What the fuck is that? More junk, more junk, more junk. Tuba? No, cacophonium. My bad. Mana spreader. Hamster wheel. I love when mod packs do that shit. I love whenever I'm like, oh yes, this beautiful, well-crafted experience, and they're like, we have hamsters. Hopefully that lead for the job works out. I forgot what else you have said, but this is my update. Yeah. Hamsters? Yeah, what's your update? I wanna know what's happening with you. I was curious what is going on with you. Tin can. Okay. We're gonna sell the tin can. Do that. Do that, and then I have a blast furnace somewhere. Up here. There we go. And then, do we need a template? We do need a template, and we have to buy that from him. So that's 512 currency. 6 p.m. I don't know how much. Oh, that's the value. Okay, 512 to make an iron template. Yeah, 512. Okay. It's a bit lengthy, but have sent it again. If you don't get it in chat, I can send it over Discord. Yeah, it's not coming through in chat. Let me look. Yeah. No. I think it's capping your message, I fear. I still want to know. I absolutely want to know. The one thing I'm really curious on is if you ever finish any of those game concepts that we talked about. It's okay if you didn't, but does it break after usage? If it stays, that's nice. But if not, I'll have to buy a few more. It's okay if you didn't finish those game concepts, but I have another friend who is in game design at UT right now, and that is one of my favorite things to do with him, is just like shoot the shit about game design. Like, he's actually made a few games for his school, so he's been having fun with that. And I love talking to him about like scope and scale and the concepts of like what makes his game versus like things that are necessary. All right, let me see. There we go. There we go. Not too much money. And then let's figure out if this is all that. So we have farm building and in the stone. While caving, you might come across these rare minerals. Earth crystals are important crafting ingredients, so collect as many as you can. Their soft glow gives them away in the dark caves. Okay. I'll put those away for now, though. Yeah, please do send me an update. Pickaxe? Okay, it does consume it. So we're gonna need 1, 2, 3, 4. I have not finished any game concepts. I should have them written down somewhere. That's good. As long as you have them written down somewhere, that is phenomenal. Oh, by the way, I think that's hilarious that you mentioned Red Rising to me. Because I think like a year before you mentioned that to me, I was talking to a friend about like some books I should read, and he mentioned Red Rising. And so I did read it. And I thought that was fucking hilarious that you were like, hey, check out Red Rising. I'm like, I literally like finished the 3rd book just a little bit ago whenever you mentioned it to me. So yeah, it's phenomenal. I love Red Rising. Red Rising was amazing. No. There's like delays and stuff. I do not expect you to respond immediately. And if you're doing other stuff, that's fine too. I'm only halfway through the 3rd book. The 3rd book was the hardest for me to get through. But it was also the one that I enjoyed the most, because that's whenever he like... I still sent the Discord. I'm still working on my degree. I've been doing sales and operations in the meantime, which has been a nice change of pace. Yeah, I started taking classes again in the spring, so I am hoping to graduate next winter. Still in computer science, but I've been a bit all over the place with my portfolio projects for the longest time. But I think that I set on back-end engineering and building distributed high-frequency systems. I had fun building all those projects, though, not gonna lie, I'm also managing the development for a moving company that my dad wants to build as well. Moving CRM? That may be company, that may be something else. I'm not sure what a CRM is. As well as planning for an app for other company. I haven't really tried freelancing because I don't think I would enjoy that lifestyle. I know that you can make some serious money doing that, but I would prefer making my own apps to sell or just a regular old job. Especially after working in the family business the last few years. I think I crave the security of a regular old job for a couple years. I definitely do not blame you. That is why I think that's kind of why I jumped ship on college. I dropped out for very similar reasons. Not because of like security or anything, but more like like mental security, I guess, is like I couldn't see myself doing any of the jobs on the other side of the degrees that I was practicing. You know? Like all the things that I am genuinely interested and want to learn about through college, I do not think would get me somewhere. And so just having a job that feeds me and pays the bills would make me happy enough that I can kind of do whatever the hell I would like to actually do. And so not putting my eggs all in one basket, I think was kind of ideal, you know? Because college, I think, is really good for people who know what they want to do and know that they want to do it through college, like as like a means to an end. But I feel like there are millions and millions and millions of people who do not realize that college does not have what they want. It has something that may get them there, but a majority of the people, it's not guaranteed. If the thing you want to do isn't like engineering or school teacher or doctor, education, specifically like college education, I feel like is so pigeonholed to certain jobs that you're going to be doing those jobs for years before actually getting to do what you actually want to do. So I don't think college is grandiose, because I dropped out after I moved colleges, and I was just trying to figure it out, because I liked the idea of computer science. Computer science is fun in the way that you go about doing it. Like solving problems and trying to come up with solutions and figure out projects and trying to get them to work is really fun. But the efficiency that I feel like I'm not natural enough at that field that I think that I would be good at that job. It is fun for me, but fun is like half the battle, you know? Fun does not guarantee that I pass an interview and get a job. And I think that would be true for a majority of the degrees that I'm doing. So I felt compelled to get a job or like some certification in something that is tied to that same identity of like, this is a job. People who do this for work, not for anything else, you know? And I really feel like I need that. It's kind of like a weird thing, because I feel like a lot of people are like, college is your way to get a job that you actually enjoy doing and contributing to a thing that you really like. And I kind of agree. I feel like there is a world where I complete a degree that gets me somewhere that I would be happy with. But that would probably be a hyper-specific degree in a specific thing. Like one of the things that I realized is that I'm very good at logistics. That's not the problem. The problem is that I am not very efficient at, or very willing to practice the skill building that is necessary to do a majority of the jobs that require logistics. Like, I am unwilling to get comfortable with languages and programming as a whole. I like learning languages to solve a certain project, but once I do that, I kind of want to abandon. I don't want to come back to it. I want to do something else. Or, like engineering. I don't give two shits about physics. I think physics is interesting and cool, and it's fun to learn about the concepts. But to be able to do the math that is required, it requires a level of practice to be efficient at it that I don't want to do. Same with chemicals, same with all of that. And all of these small things kind of add up to a big picture, in my opinion, of like, if you are unwilling to do the grunt work that gets you to the place that you're trying to go, then you probably don't want to go there. And I think college is a big pile of grunt work with a little bit of self-discovery mixed in there. It's just what that auto cheese press. I can make cheese? Let's fucking go. Cheese? Large milk and rennet? What the fuck? Okay. I just feel like, what I think I disagree with wholeheartedly is that college is a scam. I think that college is exactly what it is. I think the issue is that college was advertised as a fix-all for everybody, that this is everything that everybody needs, and it can solve everything that everybody wants. That, like, if the thing that you want to do is intellectual in any capacity, the only way to do it is through college. And I totally disagree. I think college is great if the thing you want to do is on the other side of a degree. But if you have something that you strongly are good at, the best time to start doing it is now. Just whenever you're doing stuff. Like, I remember a lot of people were talking about, like, if you want to do something, just go ahead and start doing it. Just go ahead and start doing it. In whatever capacity that you can, because ultimately that's what it's there for, you know? Alright, so per seed per strawberry. Turnips are worth more, so I think we'll do some more turnips. We'll do a stack of turnips. Stack of turnips. And then let's figure out where the dead center is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and I think it's 10 by 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It's 10 by 9. That was stupid inefficient by me, but that's okay. What we'll do, I think, is we'll get this to the center, like here, and we'll just put... Perfect. That, and then let's get 3 by 3. I realize now how inefficient this is as a system. I realize I've made mistakes. 1, 2, 3, 4. My baby don't mess around because she knows me how, but I don't know how. And then I'm gonna buy one of something else just for the halibut. This crescent spring, let's do that. Yeah. Bang. Beautiful. Alright, and then let's put the money away. And then what are we doing now? So we want to make a iron watering can, so we're gonna need smithing templates. We're gonna need 512. Do I need to bring the money with me? Or can I keep it in here? Let's try it. Let's see if we just... Oh wait, I can check it right here. I don't need to go a million miles away to figure out if this works. Okay, so this is how much money I have. Beautiful. Beautiful. Alright, so let's go buy as many iron upgrades that we need, and we'll go from there. But essentially that's what it comes down to, is I realized that I felt compelled to do things through college because that was what my strengths kind of lend themselves to. But the issue is that my interests did not align with my strengths, you know? Like, I think I am a logistical person. I like solving problems logically and coming to conclusions. And that kind of screams college, computer science, all of that to a majority of the people that I know. The issue is that I felt compelled to do it because people told me that I was capable of doing it. But the issue is that I wasn't capable of doing it because I didn't want what I was trying to get to on the other side. So there was no feasible reality in which I actually succeeded in trying to get where I was trying to go because I didn't even want to be there in the first place. So the capability was a display of, like, literal capability, but not of emotional or, like, of want, of desire. And that was always going to yield the exact same result of me being unable to get to where they wanted me to go. Vegetable sandwich! And I think that's a misconception that a lot of people have, is that if you genuinely have nothing that you want to do, then just do something that you are capable of. Any fruit tree. And we buy them from the market. Okay. We get them bones. Bone meal? We have bones somewhere. Bone meal. There we go. Onions. Beautiful. Composter. We can absolutely make a composter. We have so much excess wood. So much excess wood. Bang. Composter. Put that ish there. And then let's sell some onions. Villager. What is this? White seat. Sit yourself down and enjoy the ride. We'll anchor a player into a moving contraption. Interesting. And then farmer. More zinc coins. Yippee. What is this? A bard? What the fuck? Preserve jar. That's a bunch of wood. All on farming. Farmer's almanac. We will need to buy one of those at some point. Own the fertilizer. Any fertilizer. I have those. Low quality fertilizer. Bang. Beautiful. More fertilizer. Thank you. Give it to me. Oh, any choice. I wasn't reading. There we go. Let's do this. Let's do that. Shebang. Anything else that I want to do? Nah, that's good. That's good. Let's go to bed. There's plenty. That's plenty. $752 coins. And a motherfucking bank. Beautiful. Boink. Alright, and it's raining, so this is gonna be good. Let's put the seed away with the random junk. And then let's turn the twigs into sticks. So that will stack. Geode processor. Buy those from blacksmith. Okay, so now we're getting into the monies. Now we're getting into where everything costs money. Alright. Warm trumpet sapling. It's pretty. Villager spawn crate. Lychee tree? Should we do a lychee tree? That'd be kind of baller. Dark cherry sapling. Oh, I do love good dark cherries though. Let's do a lychee tree, just in honor of you. Cause I know that you love your weird ass fruits. Where's my tree fertilizer? If I know one thing about my friend Darion, is that he loves weird ass fruits. Okay. Beautiful. Can I bone meal it? No. Okay. Cool. And then let's switch these. There we go. Just for the halibut. Just for the halibut. And then let's see. I think we're good on this end. This is gonna keep growing. We can expand. Fruit tree, plum melon sauce. Okay, so that's the beginning stuff done. Now we can make a preserve jar. So that's gonna be a bunch of resources. So we're gonna actually have to start making a real mine. A real ass mine. Wait, didn't they say something about a cave dimension? Hold on. Hold the fucking phone. Skull. Building, transportation equipment. Alternate mining. Leather armor, wooden hook, mace. Lava-proof bank tank, pneumatic equipment, villagers, transportation. Magic mirror, that's a Terraria reference. Recall potion, waste stones, and share stones. Paving the road, advanced trains, passenger train, cars, shipmaking, long-term. Pantry, vault, boiler, crafts, fish, oh, community center. That's really cool. That's actually super cool. I like that. Metal alloy mechanics. Advanced farming. Go to the nether, catch a longwing. They said they have a skull cave somewhere. Is that going to be mentioned? Raising animals. We should start doing that as well. Greenhouse glass, tapping wood, getting cooking. Fishing. Fishing. Bearing fields that. Going to the nether. 3 geode smasher. Bounties, early game storage. Managing eternal summer. Summer biomes, bounties, bounty board. Okay. There's quite a few things that we can knock out. That's not going to be too bad. We do need to grab our logs, though. So we want to make this first, I guess. Preview. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Bonk, 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 bonk. Shobadonk. Bounty board. Let's put that there. Garlic, strawberries, fish, garlic. I don't think I have any garlic, do I? Ugh, I nearly jumped on it. Let's make another field. Let's do it for the culture. For the real ones, if you will. Clear out this little P-zone, and then we can start cranking away. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's Podzol. Can't hoe Podzol? I guess not. 7, 8. 9. Yeah, because it's going to be a 9 by 9, right? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's going to be a 10 by 9 again. It doesn't have to be. You can fix this. It can be a 10 by 10. Or it can be a 9 by 9, actually. Let's make it a 9 by 9. This is all going to die. This back row is dead to me. And then this is 9. Beautiful. Beautiful. Something like that. And then now I want to grow... What seeds were they talking about? It's gone! What the fuck? Oh, I needed to claim it. Oh. God damn. Okay. Tree. Lychee? Do I take it out like that? And then I claim it? Okay. Because we have lychee right there. That may be doable. I could probably get some raw cod, but and I really don't feel like figuring out how fishing works. Okay, bounty board. Decree. How the hell fuck? Okay, there we go. Fishing, spring. Cool prizes. Prize ticket. Prize tickets can be found as a reward for some harder bounties. Each time you submit one to a prize machine, you'll receive an item. The more you submit, the better. The reward are more until it loops. Right-click on the prize machine for a hint on the next prize. Visit a summer biome, shared accounts, blaze banker. That's multiplayer. And then a cartography table. Cartography table seems way more useful. You can carry them by shift right clicking when both hands are empty. This also works on animals too. If you're out of village spawn crates, more could be bought from the market. Okay. So they really expect you to make more villagers. Wow, okay. So we're getting into the weeds a bit. Bonk, 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 bonk. Put the geodes away from now. What's a farming type that I need? And how close is this to growing? How long does it take for lychee to grow? It's not fast. TBH honest. Let's see if I have any other spring seeds that I can do. Single tomato seed. Okay. May as well, right? Tomato, turnip, strawberry, onion. Let's see about tomato. Because they're basically year-round, or close to it. 24? Let's buy a bunch of tomatoes. Let's fucking do it. Not you. That row is dead to me. And then I think we get melons in the summer is what I was reading. Bonk, 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 bonk. What-a-donk. Bonk, bonk. Alright, that's the middle, like that. So give me that. And then let's not overbuy here. So this is going to be 1, 2... God, that's so hard to see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 4. So 15. Not too shababby. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Bang! Boom, 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 boom. 3 big booms! Alright. Like that? How do I do this? How do I do the big watering? I can't figure out how to do it. We'll water it normally for now, and then we'll figure it out later. I want to go to the Skull Cavern thing that they were talking about, because that seems interesting. I like mining dimensions. They feel cool to me. I don't want to do some dumb shit. I don't like tearing up my overworlds if I can help it. If I can have like a place that I just... Yes. Do we have any close water? Let's look. That's NMZ. That's Zoom. Dear God. Okay. There's an ice lake this way. I can make a regular bucket, and I should actually. We don't need to be stupid, we have technology. Let me see. There you are. 64 copper, perfect. Alright, I almost went to bed out of habit. What am I doing? Making a bucket? Where's crafty table? Crafty table down here. Beautiful crafty table. Bing bang bong. Bucket. And then... I don't want to go down the mountain. Or if I do, I want to do it in a way that's not going to be annoying, so let's do it this way. Let's go to that frozen lake that we saw. What are you? Mini sheep. Of course. Is that an igloo? We'll have to check that out in the morning. I didn't even see that the other day. I missed the fucking igloo. It is interesting that they have cold biomes that are not considered winter. Because they apparently have summer biomes that are considered summer all the time. But they don't have winter biomes? Oh my god. Why is everything like this? Why is it geographically accurate to the way things actually work? Okay, let's do that. And then let's do this. I too would like to see the mining dimension. We'll get there. We'll figure it out. We'll find our way. Oh shit, more geodes? Let's fucking go. Holly leaves? Interesting. Alright, you can run through leaves in this mod pack. I forgot. What is wild hops? Oh shit, can we make beer? Can we make beer? Maple? That's pretty. We can work with that. Alright, let's figure out how the F to get to the Skull Caverns. Because that will be beautiful. Did you catch my messages about CRMs? No. For some reason, really long messages get cut. I'm not sure why. But I do want to know what CRMs are. Check Discord? Oh, I see. CRMs are a custom relationship management software. It's a software that salespeople use to keep track of all their contacts. I think that's a really healthy view of college. I like to think of it like I think of trade school. We don't need everyone to study to become plumbers, and although it's good practical knowledge, it's not a structure or career path that's for everyone. Looking for a job that's a job seems pretty wise, especially when you're just trying to play with your strengths without being overly involved with having to prepare or anything crazy like technical interviews. I'm glad that you remembered that I love my weird fruit and lychee. It's truly wonderful. Of course! That's a core memory, dude. Is like going to college and then like you coming up to dude, it genuinely felt like an event in a video game where like you're going about your daily events, doing your daily tasks, and then a guy comes up to you, he's like, you want to try some fruit from South Asia? I don't remember if it's from South Asia, but like it genuinely didn't feel real. You're just like, these go bad in a week. You need to eat these now. I am talking about soursop. I am talking about soursop. Because that started you trying to introduce me to other fruits that I had never heard of before. Yeah. Because I remember you didn't eat some of your soursop and your fridge stunk to high heaven. It was bad. Alright, I need to figure out how to fucking do this. Oh dear god, it's so funny. Can I grow these? I'll see. Alright, maybe we can make a berry field on top of it. Like just in between? Nope. Let's see. Nah, doesn't look like it. Die. It'll die on its own. Dude, it was good. It was really good. Raw zinc. That actually, I don't know if you realized, but that was like, whenever you showed me soursop, that was like one of the times I just decided that I was gonna start trying more foods. Was like, you're like, do you want to try this fucking fruit? And then you told me about it, and I was like, I have no idea what that is. Yes, I want to try that. And then ever since then, anytime that I am introduced to a new fruit or a new thing that I've never had before, I'm always willing to at least try it once. And then if somebody insists upon it enough, I'll try it twice. Just because, like, I know myself well enough to know that I don't know what's good. Yeah, dude, you have to try stuff. You have to try stuff. If you're unwilling to try stuff, you'll never figure out what you actually like. And you have to... Oh, we do need this, though. Let's put it next to the actual one. There we go. That's pretty blue water. If you don't try stuff... Okay, so it'll make a noise. Is that faster? 1, 2, 3. So, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. No, it's not faster. It is not faster. trying twice or even thrice, even if it's been a while since an initial experience that you didn't enjoy, surprises me often. It's, yeah, you try something in a certain context or you try it from a certain restaurant. What may have happened is that that restaurant wasn't your favorite, or that, like, that day, or it was out of season, and all that specific information really just comes down to timing. And if you try it again, you may find that you find something that you really, really enjoy. Like raw sushi. I did not like raw sushi the first time I had it, and then I have tried it multiple times since then, and it is one of my favorite, things now. But just the willingness to see if this thing was like a fluke or whatever. I don't know. I feel like people should always be willing to do that. Not letting a single negative event define your relationship to a thing. If you come to figure out why you don't like something, I think that's even more valuable. If you try, like for me, I don't love mustard. But what I realized is that I don't like sour flavors in certain styles of food. And that was what I learned from trying mustard experience. But if you take the time to it should be good. Just refresh. Is it good now? Yeah. No, it was me. I literally got a notification that said OBS is crashing. Oh, okay. OBS is reinitialized. Oh, okay. Yeah, but if you dude. Oh. I've been streaming a lot more lately, and OBS is, I understand that streaming a constant strain of information towards something is really strenuous, but at the same time, this shit fucking sucks. The ability to deliver constant data to a server, or specifically video, audio, chat, all of that to be delivered on low-end PCs or even medium-end PCs is some bullshit. It is some bullshit. It is never easy, and it is never good, from what I can tell. Every time I read about streaming programs and I read about the way they work, they're so finicky. You would think it would be easier. There's so many years of streaming being so popular. Yeah, but I guess it's complicated, right? Because you kind of have to manage your low end and your high end. I'm sure high end computers stream perfectly, that they very rarely have issues. Especially people that understand their computers. Dear God, that's a bunch of shit. This one? Okay. Especially people that understand computers and their computers. I'm sure they have figured out pretty competently, what to do for that. I may make a lychee field. That may be fun. Let's do that. How much tree fertilizer do we have? We have 6. Let's do 6 more lychee trees. Or let's do 5. Oh, I may not have the money for it, actually. Lychee. I don't have the money for it. I'll do it tomorrow then. It's super it's super fucked, because you're I guess this is the issue with technology as well. Yeah, unfortunately very complicated and I think really finicky. Yeah, because it's not only just sending the information, that's true for video transfer in general. It's very complicated things that you're compressing down to a certain value, and then you're going to have to uncompress it. I think the data loss of compressing and uncompressing things, especially live, is the issue that becomes so finicky. You can get really good at making it compress less, but that's hefty, right? Sending a 1-to-1, or you're sending a 2-to-1 type ratio will probably be possible, and it probably is possible, but I'm sure it consumes a lot of energy, it consumes a lot of bandwidth, it consumes a lot of all of that, and you're really started to get limited by your hardware, your software, and your resources. Because that's interesting. That is really interesting. Okay. Skull Cavern. Okay, I have to buy it. I have to buy it for 4,096 coins. Alright, so that's what we're saving up for, and we buy that from the blacksmith. Beautiful. Cool. Vault. Vault done? Magic rope. Okay. That's cool. You get very limited by that stuff. You're gonna make bank when you get to Skull Cavern. That's what I'm saying, dude. That's what I'm saying. It's an investment. I actually really liked mining too. I played it with Stephanie, and I would always, like, every time, like, and she's like, no, it's okay. It's okay. I'll do the mining. I know you don't like mining. I'll do the mining. I loved it because I like that Stardew Valley as a game is so peaceful and relaxing, but there still is like that that mechanical uptick of like you have this much amount of time to get through Skull Cavern, and you have to get down to this level, and you're looking for this thing, and you're doing this, and you're doing this, and you're doing this, and you have to be so competently aware, and then you also have to get back. And I think that's so cool that they can make a complication in a peaceful game feel so compelling. Yeah, now it's not about like surviving, because the enemies aren't too difficult. Some of them are, but the enemies aren't too difficult. It's now about managing time and resources and your ability to remember the path that led you here. Like, that's so cool. You take this game that's super peaceful, and that's real, of like adding that ability to engage with that system that way. Skull Cavern is an extraction hack and slash when you think about it. It's true, it is an extraction hack and slash. Okay, did this all... I watered this already. Yeah, perfect. Alright, so we are now... How about we go exploring? We saw another village to the south here. Let's go see what they have to offer. Is this a hollow log? That's cool. What does it drop? Itself? Okay, that's cool. That's really cool. And we can start picking up these berries along the way. Oh, God. I have been getting, do you know Frost Prime? The, oh God, what game is it? I've been getting so many videos about that game from him. It's so funny. Slay the Spire. Yes. I've been getting so many videos about Slay the Spire. Dude, it's so fucking funny. It's so funny. I am not a big roguelike, but like listening to you talk about roguelikes and like watching other people I know play roguelikes, I'm almost compelled to try it just because it looks so addicting to a certain point. But the issue, so this is what I've run into, is that like roguelikes I actually do enjoy when you get into the depth. The issue is that getting into that depth takes so much time and energy that I struggle with immensely. Like Risk of Rain. Risk of Rain is so cool whenever you understand everything and you get really competent at making builds and like using your resources properly. But like, I've spent 40 hours in that game, and it is such a drag at times. Not because the game is boring, but just because like the grind and finding things and getting all of the resources and doing all the challenges to unlock everything is so niche and nuanced, and you just kind of have to already know all that information. It's so they're really cool. Like Hades, I think did a really good job of making it accessible to like the lower ends of that for people. Oh, nice. And this 33%, 60%. Beautiful. We're making progress. Copper ingots don't sell? That's good to know. So only copper ore sells. It looks like I will need it for create. But that's interesting that the ore sells, but the ingot doesn't. Is that true for iron too? That is true for iron too. Okay. So there's a balance of progressing your Minecraft mod versus keeping your other stuff together. That's interesting. I have to keep that in mind. I think I'm also just extremely impatient. I get very, very bored of like waiting my turn to do stuff. And like the downtime in those games is so immense. Give me 2 of these. Let's do 2. Alright, it'll grow out 2 by 2. So let's do this. So 1, 2, here. Frost is a fun watch for sure. I would say that it's a bit of a dopamine tap for me. Yeah, optimizing playstyles is where I can struggle sometimes. Risk of Ruin is fun, but I haven't been able to beat it yet. It is hard. I think that's actually why I don't love Risk of Rain, even though I find myself that coming back to it constantly, is because the uptick in difficulty is insane. Because the beginning of the game, like everything leading up to fighting the final boss, isn't insane. It's not that bad. But then whenever you get to the final boss, it is such an uptick in difficulty and mechanical prowess that you have to have, so you either need to have a broken-ass build. I can only cope with the downside of waiting if I can read about the underlying systems. Exactly. Yeah, I'm like, I have 13.7% attack speed, and then I have this much dash speed, and I have this much attack power, and blah, 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 blah. Super fun, super cool. But what the fuck? What the fuck? I kind of want to give this guy a little bit of a house situation. We're gonna do... shit. Come on. There we go. There we go. Put a little block there. I'll put a little roof over his head. There we go. A little home for Pierre. And then let's... yeah, that's good. Alright. Now what are we doing? We are going to go to the villages. That's why I slept, so that I can go look at the villages without consequence. Dude, the moon stage in Risk of Rain is tough. Yeah, you're like, okay, maybe I'm just not good enough. I'll start at the lower stages. And then you start at the lower stages and you're like, okay, I guess I'm just terrible and I need a broken build. And you unlock the ability to like customize builds. And so you start customizing your build to be as optimal as possible. And like, okay, I customized my build as optimally as I can, and I still fucking lost. Maybe I'm just bad. And it's that fun little journey of like just trying your damnedest and still failing. It's so cool. That I've been doing that for Hollow Knight. Hollow Knight is one of the games that I've finally been getting around to. With the release of Silksong, Stephanie plays a shit ton. She is currently working on Silksong, and she is encouraged me to try and play Hollow Knight. So that is what I am doing. I'm trying to play Hollow Knight. I've started fighting the Dreamers. I have not beaten any of the Dreamers yet. So it's not going great, but it is fun, and the world is so pretty. That is the thing that I feel with Risk of Rain 2, is like the subtle storytelling in Risk of Rain, like you getting the logs, the monster logs, all of that stuff. It's super... what the fuck? Oh, that's like a... do I need a slingshot? Slingshot. I do need a slingshot. That's cool. That's really cool. Ouch. Okay. There it is. What button was that? J? Okay. So the villages are that way. But Risk of Rain, I always feel this like feeling whenever I'm playing Risk of Rain. I'm like, this is so cool. I'm so bad at it. I think I've beat Risk of Rain twice with the broken thing where you get to like customize your builds. And I have beat it 0 times on regular difficulty and with just like random builds on. Because I think that's genuinely where a lot of the fun is in it, is whenever you don't get to just optimize the hell out of your build. But it's also so hit or miss. There's like a... right before you fight the Moon Lord, or whatever the fuck he's called, there is this thing where you can just kind of randomize your build, and it... whoa! Grape seeds. Looks like we can do wine now. That's cool. Like, that kind of shit is so funny and fun, and it has made some broken builds for me where I have, like, fucking 15 speed cans and, like, 13 crit lenses, but I have, like, 0 health, or, like, a bunch of... Oh, dude, it's just so fun. It's so fun. I love that. I love that in, Oh, Mushroom Caves, that's right. There's a bunch of stuff that I need to do. Roses? Are these all roses? They are. And they have variations. That's interesting. Super fun. Super cool. But I can only, like, that's how I felt with Binding of Isaac, too. I played a shit ton of Binding of Isaac. And then I just, like, stopped dead in my tracks. I'm like, okay. I've beat Mom. I've done this. But now what we're waiting on is just, like, a good build. And you're just playing over and over again. You're not getting better at Isaac. You're just hoping for good builds. Which I feel like is where I start to care less and less about those, like, styles of games. Is I hate waiting for good things. I much prefer the mechanic. Oh, slimes. That's cool. We're slime spawners. Oh, and a gold block. That's fun. Oh, fuck. Okay. Bunch of little things, you go in the bag. Beautiful. Bang, orang. What the fuck, guy? Rotting plort. Oh, shit. Oh, when you feed them. That's cool. Oh, there's the village, too. Oh, that's another one. I have Slime Rancher. I think I have Slime Rancher. Do I have Slime Rancher? Honestly, with streaming, I've been trying to stream more, and I think what I like about it is that streaming gets me to do things that I don't normally want to do because I am committed to 4 hours of just trying to make something work. Just make it interesting. What I may try and do is I may try Slime Rancher again. For some fucking reason, I bought Slime Rancher 2, but not Slime Rancher 1, because I'm a moron. But, that's something that I should try again. I should try Slime Rancher again. That's the village I need to explore. But I'll double check this one. I don't think it has anything. But I love, like, getting efficient about these things, but certain grinds, like mobile games will do that to me, where I'll get really invested in the beginning, where I get to start making really efficient choices from the jump, because they keep feeding me resources. But the moment that I have to wait for resources, I, like, lose my mind. I lose my mind. But it gets better, in my opinion, whenever I am forced to, like, sit here and entertain others, and other people will come and, like, talk to me about stuff. And so then, now that boring portion is actually kind of, like, the downtime that I use to talk about, like, the game, or other people, and, like, just start having moments. And so those games suddenly become really good for this, where I'm, like, I'm not waiting, I'm talking. I'm not waiting, I'm doing... What the fuck? Oh, those are raccoon noises. It's a goddamn raccoon! The raccoon could use something to eat. That's pretty stained glass. We're gonna take this. Why is he fucking making kissing noises at me? Okay, they should have a few more villager blocks that we should grab. Potatoes, bread, cotton seeds, corn seeds, and corn. Cool. Cool. And I've noticed that that's genuinely been helping me a lot with playing these games. Oh, movement speed, that's nice. That's really nice. Hello? You're a banker. Prismatic coin, 16 million. That's cool. That's really cool. It's just like having access to other people and making it not just about the grind. Now I get to genuinely have more conversations about the stuff. I get to talk about the stuff more. It's phenomenal. It's genuinely like what makes these things doable for me. I get to grind through more stuff because more people are filling that time that normally would bore me. Oh, and they added this too. Nice. Wasn't there an armor? Huh. stink coins. Brew. Alright, I'm gonna go grab some water. I'll be right back. Silksong looks great. I heard that the Silksong release was amazing. I still haven't finished Hollow Knight though. I got to the Colosseum and then moved on to Dead Cells because my hands were starting to hurt. I low-key need to get a controller. I don't like the downtime of waiting for good things to happen, either like in Isaac, unless there's an intermediary task that I can stay occupied with. You're really good at speaking to the audience while you're playing, which is not something that everyone can get down. You've grown a lot as a streamer since the last stream I've seen. I've tried it before, I'm not great at multitasking like that. I think the thing that makes it easier though, is... So have you heard of Deadlock? You might have. Like the MOBA by Valve, the one in alpha. I've streamed a lot of that as well, and I've noticed a similar thing, is that the difference between these games is also what determines how good I am at talking to people. Because in Deadlock, I still talk a lot, but it's less like I'm talking to someone and more like I'm just talking out loud, because of the way that those games are kind of structured. Is that a fucking... What are you? What are you? Weak fertilize. Can I take this? I didn't think so. I didn't think I'd be able to, but I thought I'd try. But like, I've been streaming that as well, because I've been really enjoying that. And what I've noticed is that how I talk to people is different, because like, I have some other friends who will hop in stream, and when I'm playing Deadlock, they just talk less, because if they don't play the game, they don't know how to talk to me. But if I'm playing something more generic like this, or I'm playing like a one-off game, then they don't really care about what's on the screen. They can just talk to me, because I also don't know, versus Deadlock, like I have 400 hours in the game, and the people who are going to want to talk about the things that are happening on the screen are people who know what Deadlock is, and the game type. And so playing games that have this ability to photograph, playing games that have this like universality to them will always kind of have an uptick in my ability to entertain in that way. I do appreciate the compliment, by the way. And I've noticed that, and it's very interesting, because I really like playing Deadlock, and I would love an excuse to play it for 4 hours. But it's also such a different audience, I've noticed. Like if I do get randoms coming in and talking to me, the difference between the people who come in and talk to me while I'm playing Minecraft, or like Slime Rancher, or I played Borderlands 3 on stream because I just wanted an excuse to finish the game. When I was playing those games, it was so different of an audience versus people who like skill capped games like MOBAs and stuff. Like, I definitely remember the difference between the people who watched me when I played League of Legends and versus now. You don't have, like, random people coming in and being like, what's this? What are you doing? How is this? Like, how do you feel about this? If somebody sees, like, you're playing Minecraft and it's, like, slightly different, they're not going to be so turned off to talk to you about it. But if they're, like, you're playing Deadlock or Dota or League of Legends or, you know, any of those style of games, they're going to be like, I don't play that game. Why the hell would I care to watch this? You know? It's really cool to watch that, like, that dynamic shift and to see how people respond to different forms of media. Where's House? House this way. It's cool to see that difference. That makes sense. You're more locked into the content is less nebulous with something like Deadlock and League. Exactly. Yeah. I mean, or like it's almost too... Yeah. I guess it is less nebulous. It's more mechanical than nebulous. You're not thinking about it, or at least people who are watching it aren't thinking about it. The other thing is I didn't have a webcam for a good portion of me streaming for like a few months there. And I've noticed that a good majority of people, if they don't have anything to attach to, the only thing they have to attach to is gameplay. And that's fine, but it also limits who is willing and able to come see what you're doing, because you need to give them something to lock onto. I will say I've done some coding streams and I've had much more intrusive conversation with those versus something like League. Exactly. Right? You get to have those more depth conversations. Yeah. Like, you know what my face looks like. You don't need me to have this webcam on. But it also helps you, like, look at my expression and see how I'm feeling about certain things and responding to certain stimuli and such. So it gives you, like, a person to anchor yourself to, even if it's not necessary, you know. It makes it easier, and so I don't have to work as hard to achieve the exact same effect of somebody who does have a webcam. Or doesn't have a webcam, you know? Type shit. Apples, barley, and then we have a stack of bread. We don't need to worry about that. That. Beautiful. Darabayo. Arabash Geo. Seeds. Put the seeds up there. Emeralds. We'll sell the emeralds, because I don't think they use emeralds at all for selling things. And let's get all of this out. There you go. Apples, corn. Yeah, because I always think about that kind of stuff with the way that other people perceive these things versus, like, you know, how I want to do it. Because I play MOBAs an ungodly amount of hours. And so that's, like, good for the runtime of me streaming. It's not good for the retention of other people paying attention. Because, like, I'm not, you know... I'm not a top-tier player in those games. And I probably never will be, because I don't ever want to dedicate the time that it takes to be a top-tier player in those spaces. It's not interesting to me. And so I instead can kind of achieve a different level of appeal by doing something else. By going into a unique space that has the exact same kind of like mindset or appeal, while still getting to do what I want to do. You know? It's cool. It's really cool. I have found varying success in all of those spaces. But it's very interesting to see why or how those successes are different from each other. And the most unique differences I have found is like the competitive scene versus like the entertainment scene. Because people who come into here, they're not expecting me to be like hyper competitive and work really hard at Minecraft and be super efficient at this and that. Generally what they're coming in to see is just to see how I talk. To see what I talk about and how I think and what I'm thinking about. They're going to be much more constrained to the idea of like, I know what's going to happen. I'm curious how he... Oh, there's a charm slot for a lantern. So does that mean I cast a light now in the darkness? We'll see. That'll be cool to see. Gold. But like that's kind of the dynamic shift that happens, and I think that's super interesting. Villager spawn crate, and then we have a bunch of villager blocks that we can do. We have these 3. And then I just remember reading that I can pick up a villager. Where's my wood? Because I need to build block house. Beautiful. Let's go. Waha! Because I know myself pretty intimately, and I know that I will never be like a hype streamer. That's not my style of personality. Like, I can have moments that are higher than my baseline, but I am going to find much more comfortability and happiness in maintaining a baseline than trying to, I don't know, kind of transcend that hypeness. Alright, I think we're gonna make some stalls here. Let's make a workbench. Do we have the funny workbench? We don't have the funny workbench. No funny workbench. Right. Let's do this. Can we do trapdoors instead? This is a little ugly. There we go. Place that back. Can do something like this, actually. There we go. And he shouldn't be able to get through. Because he's got a fat-ass forehead. Stupid bitch. There we go. Gadget core. What the fuck? Small core, impact core, extractor, workbench, bin, geode buster. Okay, cool. And then I can buy ingots from him. Fantastic. Alright, and we're gonna leave him like that. And then I think what we're gonna do is something similar. Like this. And then I see this guy. Come here. Ugh. Yeah, it really is. There we go. You're gonna be a cartographer. It'd burn me out too. And oh shit! There we go. How about actually we can do that there, actually, that's not bad. I've seen a few mod packs that do it, and I really like it. I think it's very good as a mechanic. Because it is probably like one of the most unnecessary, cumbersome aspects of base Minecraft is just your inability to move things around, like animals and stuff. And you can't lead villagers, because whenever you interface with them, you do that. So, let's get a baseline of buildings, and then I'll gather up the rest of the resources that I need later. Like that. Bink. And then... la 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 la. Need to make more trappy doors. It has been fun, because like it's it's a little degenerate, because you're essentially saying what makes me valuable, what makes me good as a person, and like not to be kind of negative, but there is a correct answer. Like, why would people care? Why would people engage with you? Why would people want to participate in that space with you? There is a correct answer, you know? There may be variation in those answers to some degree, like kind of like a split across the 100%. But generally, what I've found is that the people who stick around, or the people who return, the people who come back to different streams, almost always are the exact same people. It's always the exact same style of person too. It's somebody that I had like a really good conversation with, that we like talked about specific things in a certain way, in an intellectual way in some capacity, and they just liked the way that I talked about it, and so they make a point to return. So it's interesting that like nobody returns to my streams because I'm like a certain style of funny. It's not because I'm a certain, like, it's not because I'm hot or like something like that. There is the general reason why people come back is for the baseline of the way that I talk to them. And that baseline establishes kind of that intimacy that will yield the exact same people every single time. Because that's the thing that I can replicate. That's the thing that is going to be the thing that carries me consistently to doing the same stuff over and over again. Is because it's core to me. The way I talk to people is the same thing. Even when I'm entertaining, that's the way that I entertain, is by just engaging in that way. That's the natural way that I engage with people, is by like talking to them, asking them questions, seeing what they think about something, and then having a genuine discussion about it. That's the way that I engage with the world, and that's the way that I will engage with them, because that's who I am as a person. There are some other factors that may increase that appeal or may find more people, but ultimately that's the baseline that is going to harbor a majority of the gain that I get. Is having those conversations, having certain people talk to me about certain topics, about them liking the way that I talk about it, all of that type shit. Oh yeah, I wanted to do this one different because this is gonna sit on a block like that, and then we can do this. We're gonna do something prettier later, but this is just to get us started. Like a so. Beautiful. And then give me trapdoor. Bang. And then you go to this. You go to this. You're unemployed. You can fix that. Right here. Become employed. Become employed. Stupid. Alright, we'll do that then. Ooh. Picarang, Elytra Wing, Hearthstone. Fucking great game. Hostile Lasso, Goddess Statue. Bunch of magic stuff, but it's all very, very expensive, except for Levitation Lubricant. Disgusting sound. And Goddess Statue. And what about you? Farmer's Almanac. We need one of these anyway, so we'll buy that. And then you're very expensive as well, so we're not going to worry about you. And then we needed to buy more iron upgrades. 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to buy a gold upgrade as well. Do I have my iron on me? I don't, but we can upgrade this. Beautiful. Bang. Bang. And I've had like a lot of conversation with some friends as I've started doing this about like individual appeal and stuff, and it's very interesting because I've noticed, like, as I watch certain creators and I watch certain people do certain things, I keep noticing that there is an upward trend in like the socialness of gaming, like, and like of like entertainment. And streaming, while can be a very social thing in a very social space, generally what I've noticed is that a majority of the people who succeed on YouTube are either really well crafted experiences, like that's your video essays, that's your innovators, that's your people who come up with like mechanics in games and understand really deep intimacy things like that, or make video essays or video essay like things. And then you have other people who are like, these are my friends, we're friends and we hang out, so here's us hanging out. Oh shit, that's already iron. There we go. And it's very interesting to watch that those things are different. While in streaming, the exceptions like iShow speed and all that stuff, they do have a certain je ne sais quoi. But a majority of streamers are just people talking. It's just people having a conversation. And so being able to have that ability to just converse is the thing that makes you stronger. Something that wouldn't serve you in like making a video or doing another thing. Oh, these are all mature. Because I've always like had an interest in content creation in some capacity, of like doing something like this since I was a kid. But I've always like kind of hid away from it because I feel like it's very frowned upon in general, of like, why would you want to do that? That's stupid. What are you, an attention whore? Yes. Yes, I am. But like, this is something that's always been interesting to me. And so I think something that I've been trying to do as late as I get into more of my adult side of my life is not letting other people's opinions determine what I think of something, and allowing my own wants and interests to inform the way that I go about doing things. Because I think many people would think this is silly, that this is stupid. Why would people want to watch you play games? And the answer is, most people don't. But a few people might. And so putting myself into the space where somebody may potentially engage with what I'd like to do gives me the opportunity to have this ability to kind of just know myself, to try and participate in something that I have participated in for years. I've been watching Twitch streams since 2016, when they had the desktop app. I fucking loved the desktop app, and I got so sad when they removed it. I used to use that shit all the time. And I loved it. It was one of my favorite things to do, was just kind of like put on a streamer and watch them do stuff. Like, modded Minecraft in general is one of my favorite things to watch. I used to watch hours and hours of people just playing mod packs and like figuring out mechanical stuff and doing certain mechanical things. And then whenever I got into competitive games, I started watching League of Legends streams, and I loved watching people try and figure out champions and pools and heroes and characters and how those things proliferate. And the way that those things have happened is so different, so unique, that I'm always wanted to be in that space, and I have only recently allowed myself to engage with that space. Ooh, I got a 1-star. Just because of the fear of the people that I interact with daily are gonna hate me, think I'm lame. I don't know. Just that generalized social anxiety of like, the thing I like isn't universally accepted, so therefore I shouldn't do it. Which is such a lame reason to not do something that you enjoy. To not do something that may bring you ultimately happiness in the end. Yeah, I understand yourself and being able to play... Yeah. Understanding yourself and being able to play to your strengths so well is a great way to really find that niche of being able to connect with people and make the kind of content that would enjoy making and be proud of. Freeing yourself from the shackles, that social shame of what others may think is so crucial. It's a lame reason of not doing something that you enjoy. Also lame at the... Yes I am. It's just the territory of like, because I think we as a society are so critical. I've been having this conversation with a lot more friends lately about like, is gold next? Can I make a gold one? I can. I'm gonna do that next because this process is rough. Because I can't say that it's the current times that we live in that have created this, because it's the people that I grew up around and I lived with that created that dynamic of like me feeling ashamed of being a nerd and all of that stuff, because that was genuinely like a thing back in the 2000s of like, you're a fucking nerd, you play video games, you like watching YouTube videos, go talk to people, you fucking loser. 4,000. Okay, so we're ways away. And then but I've noticed that in the modern times, I think that's why so many people made content videos back in the days, and why they resonated with so many people, is because so many people had to hide their interests. They weren't allowed to socialize that they enjoyed video games, that they enjoyed, internet videos, but now it's modernly everything. Video games are just like a majority of the population at this point, and all of these different things are just a majority of the population, and to shame those is really tone deaf for the reality that we live in. But the other thing that we live in is a hyper entertainment oriented space. And so there are many people who are kind of dead to the idea. They're very jaded about the world and what is good and what is bad, and they kind of live in this paralysis of consumption where they only consume things to give it credibility, or they only consume things to give it to have this kind of value assertion to it. And so there are many people who are very, very entertaining, but they won't make it halfway through the process that it takes to become good at what they do, because they will be bombarded by other people telling them that they're not good enough and they should stop because they're not good enough. And they're going to listen to it. They're going to hear those voices way louder than they're going to hear the voices of the people who are like, this was nice. It needs a little bit of work, but this is nice. And it's just because those voices are so loud. We've always been in a culture of criticism. The issue is that you don't get to hide in a cave and develop anymore. You don't get discovered when you are good enough. You don't get given those opportunities whenever you are finally good at what you do. You now are constantly in a state of observation. People are constantly observing what you do, how you do it, why you do it, and you don't really get a choice in the matter. You are always going to be under that pressure to perform, and then people are going to look back at what you did and see how you got there. Because development, especially finding your own voice, finding out who you are, is a process. It is such a concrete process. You're not going to do it in a day. You're not going to do it in one video. You're not going to do it in one stream. You're not going to do it in one art piece. The painter doesn't learn how to paint with a single brush stroke. It takes so much time and effort and energy. The issue with this medium in general is while you are painting, you have so many people who are telling you about yourself, about thinking about how you're doing and why you're doing it, why they think it doesn't work for them. But they're not going to phrase it in a way of why it doesn't work for them. They're almost always going to phrase it in a way of this is bad. This isn't good. And what they mean is, this isn't good for me. This isn't good for why I like it. And taking a majority of criticism, if you did not ask for the criticism, a majority of people are going to give you criticism in and through the lens of their priorities and their values and their views. And you should take it through that lens of that's awesome. Okay, here is some genuine criticism of this is what I don't like about you. Okay? That is through the lens of your priorities, your views, your values, whatever. And then you're going to take somebody else and they're going to go, this is what I do like about you. I'm like, well, he doesn't like that about me, and you do like that about me. So what's the deal? What's the balancing factor here? And generally what you'll find is that what you're discovering is your audience, right? You're discovering the people that you do want to make things for. You're discovering that there are people who are going to enjoy parts of yourself. They're going to enjoy aspects of your voice, aspects of your identity, aspects of your views, your looks, your ideas, the way you engage with the universe. They're going to like those things, and they're going to keep engaging with it. The people who don't like you are going to leave. They're going to go do something else. But the people who do like you are going to come back. And those are the people that you have to care about. A good majority, I feel like, of people who could have been content creators or could have been good in this space, I think give up about halfway through. Or even before that. Because they don't find their audience fast enough. And they get kind of assaulted by this audience of people who were never going to be their audience to begin with. You know? Because there are many content creators that I think are good or bad or whatever, and I don't engage with them as often as I potentially could because they're not for me. They're for somebody else. I wonder why they're so popular, and it's because they found their audience. They found the people that wants to see what they're doing, that wants to be in that space with them. And that's not bad. That's okay. It should be that way. You should have varying levels of people who want to engage with you, who want to do those things with you. I should keep a little bit of iron in case I need to do other things. Let's do 13. That's a fine amount. Because if you're always chasing the people who don't want you, you're always going to feel like you're never wanted. And that's not an ideal way to live. That's not an ideal way to find out what you're looking for anyway. You have to instead chase the people who like what you have to offer. That doesn't mean that you can't be critical of yourself and hold yourself accountable and try and find things that you like about you and the things you don't like about you, because that's an individual journey separate from external criticism. Because there are many things that I like about myself, but there are also many things that I don't like about myself, and there are things that I'd like to get better at, and that's okay. As long as I am still being true to the things that I do like, and I try to get better at the things that I don't like. But not being so destroyed by the things that I don't like that I don't try to get better. Because then it's not a journey, then it's just a destination, and you have boxed yourself and determined your value that you have. You are this big. You are this tiny. You have to give yourself room to grow. You have to see the potential in yourself so that you can become the thing that other people see. Like fucking Germa, dude. Germa started off as a pro TF2 player or whatever. He's not that anymore, but it got him into the space of making videos and like doing stuff in those games. And he created his audience by doing that. And if he didn't allow himself to grow past that, he was never going to become what he became now, which is like a really good entertainer and a phenomenal like voice for communities and just a genuinely good person in the space, you know? If he just stopped because he boxed himself into this identity of what he valued and what he viewed, he was never going to become the thing that he became then. And I think that's really important, of like, stay true to what you like about you, but also allow yourself the ability to grow into what you potentially could become. You know? You dig? There we go. Everything's watered. We can go to bed now. Bang! $5,000 right in the bank. Beautiful. And now we can upgrade our yucket. Are these fully grown? No, 33%, 20%. That's right, I just picked them. They would not be grown. That would be stupid. Alright. Now we can get some more gold upgrades. We'll get one for the bucket because I think that's going to be the thing that keeps us coming back. And then I think we're going to try and get into some more mining. Because I think we can now mine diamonds with this. And I'm not sure what we need to do to get to the Skull Cavern. I saw that it was blocked by something. Let's see. Gold. Beautiful. Bang. Gold yucket. Fantastic. Hello, Micah. Welcome in. How you doing today, Micah? Are we doing well? May chance, mayhaps? That's not a positive response, my sweet girl. That is not a positive response. I can't help but notice that is not positive. I'm gonna go all day. Gotcha. They've been keeping you busy? $1,200. Okay, so I do have to buy it. Making you run around at the speed of sound. Go, go, go. I don't want to take things slow. Would I crash and burn tonight? I should try to make the backpack. Leatherworker for 1,000? That's not too bad, actually. We can absolutely do that. We can absolutely. Rest is for the weary. Rest is for the weary. Are you gonna get some rest soon? You better. Micah deserve rest. What am I doing now? Okay. Shared accounts. That's not important. That's for multiplayer. Picked the wrong skills. Okay. And then cool prizes. All right. Backpack is the thing that I think I care about the most. And then we can get into some more junk. Raising farm animals. Are we ready to get animals? And fishing. And fishing. And yet. Prismatic farming. We're not there. We are not there. What was the thing I was looking for? Building tools. Perfection, crops, fish, minerals. This is cool. Justice for Kyogre. You want Kyogre back? We can bring Kyogre back. He's still here. He's right there. We're just doing a different mod pack today. It's not water. It's Stardew Valley. This is the mod pack that we were talking about. The one where it's like efficiency. Yeah. I keep Kyogre in my back pocket. I would never abandon my goat. Or my whale, whichever one. Oh, expired. Bloop, bloop. Yeah, those took way too long. I guess I have to look at like what's about to happen. I guess that's why fishing is the easiest, is because you just kind of do fishing anyway. So, I'm actually going to be right back. I'm going to go use the restroom, and I will be back. Okay, I'm back. I've never been more turned on than you just summoning Kyogre with a button. Kind of a power move. Well, we're just friends. We just hang out from time to time. We do our thing. Welcome back. Welcome back. Alright, what is we doing? We can either do this. What is this from? Blacksmith's Bundle. Ah, I see. Blacksmith's Bundle is... Oh, that's so much. I can just buy it. I can just buy it. Mineralogist Bundle? Adventures Bundle? Dear Lord. Okay. And then, what was the other thing that we wanted? We wanted Skull Cavern. Because we need to buy it from the blacksmith after the vault done? Which vault? Vault reward. Vault? I'm not sure what that is. Vault? Oh, like a trial vault? Do I need to go to like a trial chamber? Beat one of those and then I can get Skull Cavern? That would be an interesting progression lock. But I haven't the faintest idea. This should be done. Beautiful. Fantastic. Farmer's Almanac. Nice. We'll put that away. We have some bread. We have some baked potatoes. Alright. I guess we need to get digging. Because that seems to be where a lot of the things are locked behind, is regular Minecraft progression. So we need to do those. Let's come on in down here and see what we can find ourselves. What do we got? I love not having to use torches because I have these. I love the charm inclusions for Minecraft. I feel like that's like one of the things that I would really like. In Minecraft, it's just like a way to allocate certain resources and stuff like that without having to densify your inventory. What is that? Salt? Looking back like a pillow of salt. And then we can... I guess we'll turn into the wall here. And then, what are we hoping for? We're hoping that we find... Dear Lord, they're making me mine like a degenerate. General. There's some more coal. Luffy manimal. Beautiful. Beautiful. They also mentioned enchanting, so I guess I am looking for diamonds and obsidian and stuff like that. See if we can get up to that progression. And then... Ah, so there are things past diamond. That's good to know. That's really good to know. There are a bunch of stuff. So let's go mining for as long as we can. Let's see if we can find diamonds. I don't know if Deep Slate is in this game or not. We'll have to find out. Oh, wait, what's that? Pebbles? Ah, nothing special. Okay. But now we have flint. assume it's not flint and steel. Can you just make flint and steel? Lead, flint and pewter. Like a flint. Okay, yeah, so you can't. I remember that they locked the nether behind a bunch of progression, but I couldn't remember how much. Alright, let's get as deep as we can go. More copper. A little bit more copper for me. And then more zinc for the create mod. There used to be a way with the create mod to automate farming. I wonder how much that works still, or if it does work at all. If it doesn't, I wouldn't be surprised. I wonder if they want you to automate other processes instead. Have you ever played Stardew Valley, Micah? Are you a Stardew enjoyer? I feel like Stardew Valley makes sense as a game that you would want to enjoy, but I don't know if that's something that you've actually played and put the time in for. Briefly, I went to get back into it though. Problem is I only own it on my iPad. That is not an ideal. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Ooh, mine shaft. That's kind of promising. Beautiful. Ah, shit. Monster Hunter. Okay, so that's the first thing that it's considered a monster that I've killed. Let's put away... Oh, wait. Give me the pebbles back. We can turn that into cobblestone. There we go. Then we can pick up the diorite, the glass bottle, to that, and the coal. Clipboard. And we don't need the quest book. We have that all the time. Beautiful. Yeah, because I played it with Stephanie when I actually got into it, and it was so fun. So fun. It's a little... Actually, I feel like it has a very similar feeling to Minecraft in the way that it can kind of be whatever the hell you want it to be. But I think it does a much better job of kind of like asking you to interface with all of its things, right? Because they have that community center, which is the goal of the game, is right to complete the community center. And the goal of that requires you to engage with every single mechanic. That's fishing, that's mining, that's farming, that's animal husbandry. You have to do all of those things so that you can complete them. And I think it's so cool that they took a game like Minecraft where you're like, everything I can do is like surmountable. I can do all of these things. And they're like, okay, but now, slowly, over time, do all of them. And I like that. I like that a lot. I feel like Minecraft is similar, where it's like slowly over time, learn every mechanic that we can offer you. If you ever choose to. But I think the thing I like about the other thing is that it requires you to. Coal. I also enjoy every mechanic of the game, unlike Minecraft. Like, I don't love fishing in Minecraft, it's kind of slog. Yeah. The mining in the games is, like, rewarding, you know? It's you have to surmount a challenge. I get it. I think the thing that you may actually really enjoy, which is what I've been kind of doing for certain things, that I don't have the time to enjoy. Ah! There you are, you rot-bested. Gummy. Gummy. I need to kill 10 of yous guys. Is playing it a day by day. I know that like that may not be as appealing as like just slamming hours of the game, but like games that I've been having trouble playing, I've been really getting enjoyment about just like playing a single day of just like really tempering myself, not actually allowing myself to get obsessive about it, but just passively enjoying the experience that's being offered. I feel like I owned it on Switch, I'd play it more, but I definitely don't want to play it on my computer for some reason. I want it to be a game I can take with me places. Exactly. Yeah, I play it on Switch. I don't own it on the computer. There are certain games that I definitely resonate with they're computer games, and I feel like Stardew Valley is not one of those. I feel like Stardew Valley resonates so much more with me as a handheld thing, even though it started as like a computer game. What the fuck? Rope. Rope. And then tin string. Beautiful. Alright. I need to kill those gamers, because I have a quest pre-generating the skull cavern for server owners. Okay. Shaders should come pre-installed. Oh, do I not have shaders on? What is this? Food book. Bank. Cool. Beautiful. Awesome. This is for multiplayer. I think. And there are certain games that I really feel like I would not play them if I had to sit at my computer for them. Because like when I'm playing MOBAs, like I remember somebody was telling me about like that they made a MOBA for like the Switch or something like that. And I was like, that's cool. I would never use that ever. Spatial spin. Ring. Earned by using relics abilities. Can I wear this? I cannot. Okay. Yeah, it's cool if you can. However, I don't think it serves the purpose that you actually want it to. Because, like, actually, they did that for Pokemon. They did Pokemon Unite, and that was, like, a MOBA. Or a MOBA-like, if you want to... I guess... No, it was a MOBA. I won't be dissenting. It is a MOBA. But one thing that I really felt with it is that it was so much not enough of one that I felt compelled to play it, you know? Like, it was fun to play a little bit of. And it was fun to, like, take all the knowledge I have of MOBAs and apply them to this little children's game. But it's... I don't know. That's like the weird caveat, right? Of, like, what you're trying to do is, like, whenever you put something on a mobile handheld, what you're saying is that this is universal. This is something that everybody can play at any time, anywhere. And so what... I don't think that genre lends it to itself, because that's like mechanics and storytelling. I think the only game that got it right that I've ever played is Splatoon. The fact that Call of Duty is on a handheld is fucking stupid. It never should be, in my opinion. Because that game is designed for like console players and like PC players to kind of go at it head to head. Because I liked Pokemon Unite. It was fun, but it was fun. It wasn't like engaging. I played it once because it was fun, and then I never played it again. I would play it if somebody asked me to. Like if somebody's like, "Hey, I really want to play Pokemon Unite. Can we please play Pokemon Unite?" I'd be like, "Yeah, sure, let's play it." But that space, I don't think holds the same gravity and intensity that those games deserve. Food book. I am not keeping that. That is fun though. Because I feel like many people will be like, oh! Because I think that's true. I do think MOBAs are almost impossible to surmount as like a game to get into. I think it takes genuinely like a year for most individuals of average capabilities to get good at it. And I think most people will not spend that long waiting to get good at things. I think they will give up before that. I think League of Legends is a great example of the exception, not the rule. But like, I guess we've seen that with like Deadlock, Dota, Smite, League. We've seen that people do like that depth and that intensity that comes with MOBAs. But it's almost always under the caveat of like obsession and addiction. More so than like, I love this. This is my favorite thing. Where's that quest? There's a quest I'm trying to find that I had of like kill 10 mobs. I feel like I've definitely killed 10 mobs. Let me double check though. Where was it? It was early on, so it was definitely under one of these tabs of like kill a certain amount of mobs. Wasn't getting started. Farm building. Oh well, I don't know. I don't know where it went. Oh, it's 1 in the morning. I should go to bed. Whoa! What the fuck? So that's what that does. Good to know. What the fuck? Fucking timey-wimey piece, eh? I think I'm gonna finish the day, and then I think I'm gonna call it there. Counter-argument about mobile games. Making a mobile version of a game opens it up to a new audience who will redefine that game on the platform. It is unfathomable to picture the same sweaty no-lifers who populate COD playing COD Mobile and getting sweaty at it, but there are people who play it together and get competitive against each other to see who can kill more bots, because ultimately that's usually who you're up against. Skull emoji. I guess you're a great example of somebody who has benefited from that, of like, you get to play Wild Rift, right? You know? The experience is more accessible to y'all, because y'all don't want to spend hours and hours and hours getting good at stuff. If you seriously get good, but it's so much more relaxed. Yeah, it's harder to get into that. It's harder to get into that pool of people who are going to be degenerates with the experience, because it's so accessible to the point that like, why would I do that? It feels weird to get competitive about this thing that children are playing, or that nobody is playing. Let's go to bed before I ruin my sleep schedule. Even by this point, we kind of have spent hours and hours and hours getting better at it because we simply enjoyed the game we played it more. Yeah, that's probably the way that like MOBAs were meant to be designed. I think... I don't know. This is a weird thing that I feel about video games. As we get older and older, I feel that our access to video games and our ability to enjoy them gets tied to success more and more. This is cool. Globe, antique ink, furniture box, and uncommon hat grab. Pathfinder's quill, and then a bunch of other stuff. Yeah, exactly. We begin to optimize ourselves out of fun. A lot of people, I feel like, optimize themselves out of fun. Two hats. Two of hats. Alright, anything else that I want? Book of Stars. That'll be fun. Let's do that. And then... that's all. Two hats. Bink, bunk. What did I get? Did I not get my hats? Hat. Yeah, I genuinely kind of hate that mindset. I feel like it ruins so many experiences that could have been positive for a lot of people. It's because the doing of things should be what's fun, which I think is why I've stuck with so many of the things that I've stuck with. But it doesn't mean that I don't get bogged down in the, am I good enough to keep doing this? Is there a reason I should keep doing this? You know? And there is a reason. The reason is because I find it fun. That's the only reason I need to do anything, is to have fun. How much money do I have? 4,000. Okay. I need 12,000. And I think we all are guilty of it in some capacity, of getting bogged down by our human nature of wanting things to be good and to the quality of what we're doing, that we don't allow ourselves to enjoy it. Like the way my mom, as this is a good and a bad example, the way my mom plays Bejeweled is exactly the way that I should play video games. This is fun and I like doing it. I'm gonna keep doing it until I don't feel like doing it anymore, and then I'm gonna stop doing it. And I think that is the greatest way to play anything. Which doesn't imply that sometimes there aren't more pressing reasons to do something, but doing something because it's fun is a valid enough reason. Exactly. Fun is a good enough reason to do something. And I think we often, in our desire, in the approach to be adults or perceiving adults and stuff like that, we will take that away from ourselves. Because there are reasons to do stuff. There are reasons to do things that aren't fun. Like, if we really enjoy the hobby of, like, playing League of Legends, working on your mechanics will increase your fun later. And so there is merit to it, of working at your hobby. Like martial arts, even though it's a self-defense, so somebody's gonna spin that the other way, that it's about defending oneself. It is fun, and it has merit, but practicing at it is also worth doing, you know? Getting better at it is worth doing, because the fun of being good at something is going to be worth doing on the other side, you know? The physical benefits, the health benefits, the mental benefits, it all comes together. Because if all you're doing, it goes both ways, right? Being comfortable with losing is important. Being comfortable with doing what it takes to win is also important. And balancing those two identities and those two ideas together is how you get a healthy relationship with competition. And recognizing when you aren't doing something that you want to be doing, you know? Like, if you're in a competition, I think I'm going to cure cancer. It's kind of problematic, but are you going to have fun doing it? I don't know, probably not. Probably shouldn't then. This is more in the vein of, like, skills rather than pursuits and goals. Because, I guess that's a better way of putting it. Because, like, if your goal is to hit Diamond in League of Legends, then, and you're unwilling to do what it takes to do that goal, you're just gonna spin your wheels or get lucky. And it's okay if you got lucky. But if it then becomes something, a goal of, like, I'm gonna get a job, then you should probably work hard at that and do what it takes to get there, rather than just waving the wand of stick of truth at it, you know? Because the goal and the perspective of it is much more tedious, right? The fun of a hobby versus the effort of a goal is more so what I mean. Because, like, if I said, I've never really set out goals for myself in playing League. I just play it because I enjoy playing it. But if I set out a goal for myself, and then I didn't do the work it required to achieve that goal, I would be very upset with myself, and I would almost say that I didn't really want the goal to begin with. So, like, if my goal is to get better at martial arts, and I want to be able to do this thing, if I'm unwilling to do the things that it takes to get there, then I probably will never achieve that goal. But if I have fun in the pursuit of it, I'm more likely to get there sooner. I'm more likely to get there more often. And that's also important, specifically in the lens of, like, things are hobbies, right? This is a hobby. This is a thing I like to do. So if I want to continue to do it, I may need to work hard so that I have a good reason to continue participating in this space or doing this thing and all of that. It now becomes a question of, is this worth doing? Have I done enough to deserve to do this? Is there going to be payoff at the end of me doing this? And there is some genuine merit to that. But if you have free time, if you are in a space of recuperation and you're like, I have an hour to kill, what you do with that hour doesn't matter. You can be productive if you want, but you also don't have to be. You can do whatever the hell you want. And it has no downside. Unless it's genuinely self-destructive, you know. That's a different conversation, though. Because I think musicians and certain other styles of jobs really suffer with that mentality, because genuinely, your time invested into the thing that you're doing is taking away from the time in which you are doing something that could better you. But, like, oh, what the fuck was that? I didn't like that. But it happened, so we move on anyway. Because you genuinely are losing time on something that you care about, right? You're like, I'm not practicing my instrument. I'm not working on music composition. I'm not working on tonality. And so having fun and that being the thing that guides you, or not having fun and that being the thing that guides you, ultimately is not constructive to y'all. Because your time is genuinely defined by your engagement with with what you do in your day-to-day. There is going to be some guy who sacrificed his time, who is going to take the thing that you wanted because he put in the time to do what you would like to do. But that also may be because, and this is the thing that I'm genuinely curious about when thinking about other people who have achieved this, is that it may be fun for them. That they may genuinely enjoy doing the work that it takes to get to where they're trying to get. Oh my god, a diamond! Oh! Thank you. Thank you. No! Creeper! Oh wait, I need to see this. They have changed creepers, and I haven't seen how yet. I do have torches, actually, so I should start lighting up things behind me. Right, because, like, that's ridiculous. The average individual isn't going to cure cancer. The average individual isn't going to reach Challenger in League of Legends. The average individual isn't going to become a doctor. That is a select few of people who were willing to do the unfun part of something that they thought was worth doing. And now you are left with 90% of the population who have to decide what to do, because we can't have a billion doctors. We can't have a billion plumbers, we can't have a billion pro players. We can only have a select few people doing things that they are naturally inclined to do. And if you are not inclined to do something that is going to carry you with merit to the place that you are trying to go, then doing something that is purely just easy enough that you have time to do what you would like to do, or fun enough that you don't care how much time you spend doing it, that is a fine way to live life. It will always get you into a place that you are happy with, doing what you would like to do, being where you would like to be. And I feel like many people, especially in your line of work, are going to disagree with that, because they have spent their whole life doing the opposite. But then you are left with the rest of the population who are doing something completely different. They are not doing music where their life's dedicated work is the whole of its parts. You have people who are now, like, you know, firefighters who also get to be musicians. You have policemen who get to be artists. You have coffee shop workers who get to be streamers. And now you have this kind of difference of what people genuinely get to do, because most people either have to dedicate their whole lives to staying alive, and if that's what you do, then you may as well be doing something that you enjoy doing, because otherwise, what the fuck are you staying alive for? Obviously, I don't mean that in the way of, like, the alternative is death. I mean that in the sense of, like, what's the point of working so hard if I'm not actually getting to live? Is there an opportunity or a time in which I will get to live, in which I will get to do what I like to do? And if the answer is no, then that job's probably not worth doing. I want to see this. What? He just fucking disappeared. Oh, fireworks! That's cool. I like that. Because I don't think that everybody's going to be a doctor. I don't think everybody's going to be a musician. I don't think everybody is going to be the things. But that doesn't mean that they can't practice medicine. That doesn't mean that they can't practice music. It doesn't mean that they can't practice artistry. It doesn't mean that they can't practice these things. It doesn't mean they can't give themselves an opportunity to be in a space where they have enough time to still do things that they enjoy doing, that are hard to do, that will yield things that they enjoy doing, that are not exactly what they wanted to do. Having the time to do things that we like, but also allowing ourselves to do... What are you, a limpet? I like you. You're cute. I want to look for more diamonds. Because ultimately, majority of the things that we do aren't that significant. They aren't that important. It's the culmination of everything we choose to do that is the important bit. But that also doesn't mean that something that doesn't serve you right now doesn't mean it won't serve you later. Like, the experiences of the things that we go through oftentimes will yield us. Like, imagine I have an argument with a previous girlfriend. In fact, I genuinely think this is true. I've had arguments with previous significant others. And it hasn't resulted in us breaking up, but it definitely was, like, things that contributed to our relationship falling apart in certain aspects, of realizing that we don't agree with the things that we want to do in life, with what our values are as a collective, and all of that. And so what they taught me is that having arguments isn't a bad thing. Arguments are constructive by nature, because they are either showing you where y'all differ, or it's showing you that y'all can work to achieve the thing that y'all want to achieve together. And so the arguments that I had with partners in the past were constructive, even if they weren't fun. And ultimately they will result in me having fun in the future, because it means I get to have a much better conversation with my girlfriend. It means I get to have a much better life in general, because I understand that the utility of this unfun thing is building me towards getting to a place where I actually get to enjoy the thing that I want to do. That these steps of what I would like to do are always going to result in something later. Always is a strong word, but generally you're going to find that all of your past experiences will cumulatively lead you down a path to get to somewhere where you would not have been otherwise. Because every day is a new version of you. And yet you are still always you. And so you're carrying the weight of yesterday with you as you go into tomorrow. But what do I know? I'm just a little guy on a stick. I'm just a little guy with a carrot for a nose. Where's the staircase? Yeah, but what if I'm working out and lose a little weight? But I'm not carrying yesterday's weight into tomorrow. Didn't think about that, did you? I did. Hoorah! These used to be more muscular, but they still remember the shape of how they were, because I did a bunch of exercises yesterday. Not yesterday, but yesterday as in years ago. And so my body still remembers the shape of my muscles. Pop off, my boy! But I didn't have abs until I started working out consistently. I didn't have, you know, this shape, this form, all of that. My body remembers the things that I did. And you see that in older people. People who worked out consistently, who exercised constantly, have a form of somebody who worked out constantly. It's not like it leaves you. Your haircut? Demon eyes. Ooh, what's this? And then Halloween hat grab. Jack-o'-lantern. I like that better. Demon eyes on the pumpkin? Beautiful. Okay. Let's see if anything else of this matters. I know you're probably just being a little facetious. But genuinely, exercising is the worst example you can give if you're trying to counter that argument, is because exercising a little bit increases your health benefits drastically. Drastically. It raises your expectancy to live. It increases your chemical production. It increases your production of, you know... God, I can't think of the chemicals right now, so you'll have to forgive me. But it is genuinely something to do sometimes has so many benefits. I hear this rat bastard trying to kill me. That is the perfect example of like something that doing either intensely for a short period of time or doing not intensely over a long period of time is beneficial to you. Always. The only issue is injury, but what you can get from that experience is that you learn a limitation. You learn that you are not strong enough to do that yet. You are not in a position to where that is something that you can do yet. And learning your limitations, I think most people get frustrated by that experience, but oftentimes that is the thing that defines us having a healthy journey going forward. If you are moving forward in a space and you walk into a wall, you know you can't walk forward that way, so you have to go around it. And that's true for injury, that's true for limitations, that's true for so many things in life, that if you almost always see limitations and negative experiences as purely negative experiences, you are never going to get something out of them. And that ultimately determines their value. That determines that they are negative experiences. Because, like for me, I used to practice... Unless you're the juggernaut, bitch! That's true! But then you wouldn't have the wall there. If you can go through the wall, you learn that that is something that you are capable of. Right? It all coherently comes together in that big picture of, like, your limitations versus not your limitations. Because if you can go through the wall, that's not a limitation. You are capable of doing that. If you go through the wall and you hurt yourself, you learn that that's a limitation. You can do that, but it is at the expense of your health, at the expense of your mental health, at the expense of your resources. Okay. I need to find my way back up, because I'm just kind of fucking around at this point. Oh my goodness, it's a bunch of gamers! I'm gonna die. Goodbye, sweet world. I'm just gonna take the loss. There we go. Hospital note. Because I understand it in theory. Of like... really, really caring about those things. I'm gonna hold 5. But when you get bogged down in those details, whenever you don't allow yourself the ability to take things that happen to you and trying to spin them in some positive way, you determine that it will never benefit you. But none of this means that you can't expand your limitations and become less limited. Of course, there are limits you can't beat, but if you do it right, you can overcome most of them. See, this is where I think that this becomes super individualized, and this is where we're going to have people who are going to now grab onto certain aspects of what we're talking about and not grab the full picture. Because when I say a limitation, generally I don't mean a resistance, because I think when we do things, we can overcome things through resistance, and that is progression. But I think a limitation, I think we can overgrow a limitation, but generally what I'm referring to as a limitation is a current state thing of like, this is today. And by engaging with today, honestly, tomorrow we may be capable of more. And a willingness to push that is going to show you different things. Okay, so I need to make a diamond pickaxe, and I need to make a enchanting table. Because I remember doing this for students a lot, of like, a baby can't lift a 50-pound weight, but as an adult can, type idea. Exactly, right? That's kind of what I mean by not letting negative outcomes determine your view on something, right? Just because you can't do something right now doesn't mean you won't be able to. But also, just because you can do something right now doesn't mean that you can do everything. It's that balance of... It's trying to have the most realistic perspective possible. Not letting your... Because when I used to teach students, what I used to see was kind of two mindsets. Of students who felt that they could do anything if they put their mind to it, which was not true. And then other students who felt that they would never be able to achieve what the other students could. And oftentimes I would find that I would have to fight two battles of trying to just push these two students towards realism, right? Of being honest with themselves of like, I can't do this right now. I can't do this right now. But I can potentially do it later, or I can't do this right now, and I can potentially do this. I can potentially do this, but I can't do it right now. And those like two worlds was often what I would have to like be fighting, because one student would be essentially careening themselves towards injury every single goddamn day that I watched them do stuff. And another student would play it so safe that they never achieved the greatness that they were capable of. And if they had just learned from each other the lessons and the limitations of those mindsets, they would probably find a much more happier progression. That's why I think environment is so important. No! Ma, jump off a cliff, big girl, I'm jumping with you. Mood, jump off the cliff, baby girl, I'm jumping with you. Yeah, that's fine if you have a bunch of cables, you know? I read that as mod, that's my bad. Mods! But that's genuinely, like, what I noticed whenever I went to college and I started experiencing more people. Noticing that there are different types of success and different, like, ways to become successful is inherently so beneficial to the individual. Because there are many students that I would show them an example of somebody that was successful, and then show them the journey that they go on, and they were able to either replicate it or understand what they lack in those regions of being just exposed to the idea of those things. Oh wow, that's so far away. Let's do some geode busting though. I can buy a bunch if I want, or I can save my money. Okay. I think I'm gonna save my money. Because I'm a bastard. Bougie. Can I sell bones in any way? I feel like mob drops are actually like the least useful thing. That's why I think going to largely densely populated regions is so valuable as a resource, because you will receive less training, but you will get exposed to more people. And in doing so, you will open up your kind of viewpoint to others, because that was like a huge issue I struggled with at my school of martial arts, is I recognized that I was the best student in my age bracket. The only people that were better than me were people who were adults, essentially. But I was the most naturally talented. I wasn't the strongest, but I was, you know... This isn't me stroking my ego. This is just like an observation that I had of like, I can't go very much further with the people that I'm around. If I want to be more, I need to see more. I need to know more. And I'm gonna look for a bit. I gotta make a couple of quick phone calls. Go for it, King. But those like rules of what is true and what isn't true, I needed to have challenged. I needed to be exposed to people who function a certain way, who function outside of the way that I function, so that I can understand what I can do differently. Or even understand what I do differently that is beneficial and something that I should hold on to. Type shit. That's weird. Only one of them is not mature. That sucks, but it is what it is. Bang. Reserve jar. Put that right there. Pepper preserves. I guess we need to get into some stuff. Chef's kiss. Alright. We should have enough string, shouldn't we? Yes. 1, 2. And then... boom. Loom. Animal husbandry! Alright, and then we got a bunch of... cobbled alpine stone. Let's go grab some more wood. What are you? You're a deer. You're pretty. Hi, baby. Alright, more alpine wood. And then I think I'm gonna try and plant the saplings back because I have been running out. Beautiful. Just like that. And then we're gonna expand. Rose. Alright. I should make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like here. And we put a loom. Beautiful. Let's make it even for now. Ah! Absolutely. Bonk, 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 bonk. There we go, and now we need trap doors and slabs. Boom, boom, boom. Slab, trapdoor. Spawn villager. Spawn villager. Oh wait. Shit. Thank goodness they're stupid. Stupid villagers. Alright, cool. We look terrifying. I kinda love it actually. Alright. It's not close enough? God damn it. Boom. Come on. Get employed. Okay. You don't like my loom anymore. You don't like the loom? That's okay. Alright, let's go to bed. And we'll see if he decides that he wants that job in the morning. Bow. Do we have anything else we need to sell before we go to bed? I don't think so. I think we're good. Alright. Goody nighty bye. 2,800. Beautiful. And now we are at 9,000 coins. Amazing. Alright. Feeding animals. Animal feed. We can do that. So that's... Oh, can we make knives without having to upgrade them with the upgrades? Knife. No. Okay, so we do have to make a flint knife first. Okay. Cool. And then now we need a chopping board. Two earth crystals. Did I save 2 earth crystals? Oh, I did not, I did not. So let's crack open some geodes then. God damn. Stupid bitch. Is there milk in here? There might be. Alright, let's start our day with our chores first. Oh, we have some mature turnips. This is beautiful. It didn't say that hoes can harvest. Oh, that's so good. That's so good. Does this do the same amount each time as the iron? Ah, boo, or boo hiss. I thought upgrading it would make it go further. I don't even know if it's faster or not. I just want it to be a little bit faster. Is that too much to ask for? In this day and age? Probably. Okay, that's one field done. Beautiful. Beautiful. It does make it feel more fun to do this than after watering it one by one. Yeah, and then you just covered it in a nice, even number. Beautiful, beautiful. Oh, but we're gonna run out of water. And we're not. Perfect. The perfect amount. Beautiful. Alright, we're gonna go crack some geodes so that we can get some earthstones and go from there. And if not, we'll go mining more. Which is not a shame. Not a shame at all. Do we have any skill points? 1. Nice. None. 1. 1. Alright, give me some geode crackers. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't want to bust all of them, actually. I don't think this is too expensive, actually, the more I look at it. Perfect. I can't help but notice that this is a lot of junk. Okay. So we're gonna get rid of this, that, froggy helmet. can't wear it. Diorite. Plant. And then mason jar. Does this have a use? Ice. There we go. I think that's everything. And that should be good. We have a bunch of things to show. I'm just gonna presume that I can get everything that I just got later. So I'm gonna put it all up for sale. Thunder egg. Limestone pebble, sandstone pebble, more turnips, granite slab, strawberry. That's good. Cool. Beautiful. And then ores. Bink. And then I think that's all of them. Yeah. Cool. So let's put the random junk that we got. Right. Oh, because I didn't get any earth stones. I don't think I have any anywhere else either. Bundle's empty. Is there anything else I can do? Greenhouse glass? Earth stones. Okay. And organic glass, which you get from glass spines. That looks complicated. Greenhouse glass is a special material that lets crops up to 16 blocks underneath grow during any season. It's probably far too expensive at this point in the game to craft, but a few blocks over key crops can make a difference. Okay. Getting cooking. Earth gem. Okay. Tapper earth gem. Okay. So I should not have been selling my earth crystals is what I'm learning. I may be able to buy some, actually. I don't remember. We'll count how many we need, we'll buy them, and then we'll craft the things that we need. We need 2 for a cutting board, we need 1 for a cooking pot, and we need 1 for a tree tapper. I think all of that sounds right. Oh yeah, I forgot all the junk I left on the floor. There we go. Alright. So, do you sell earth stones? No. Earth. Earth crystal. E-trader. Trades bag of rice. Damn. Well, because it is so inconvenient and I don't feel like going mining again, I think I'm going to call it here, actually. This was really fun. It was a good thing to start off and just kind of see how it feels like. But I think that is going to be it from me. So thank you all for watching. And I will talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.